Your 2022 Mingus Marauders are on the air. Mingus Marauder Football is brought to you by Jones Ford Verde Valley, Arizona's best since 1970. State Farm Insurance, Jennifer Griffin. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Rock Zoo Screen Printing, where clothing comes to rock. Longfellow Excavating, we dig your ideas. And Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. Your 2022 Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, 3 generations here to serve you. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. All Price Insurance, call 634-2311 to get your quote. Gettles High Desert Mechanical, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Don't settle, get Gettles. Your neighborhood Rice Accounting and Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Sun Country Custom Woodworks, serving all of Northern Arizona with commercial and residential custom cabinets. And Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And now, your voice of Mingus Marauder Football, Jackie Bessler.
And welcome one and all to Payson, Arizona. Jackie Bessler along with Nick Yatsinko, and we are on the road for the first time in the 2022 season. And the Payson Longhorns 3A team, the opponent on deck here for the Mingus Marauders. The weather is gorgeous. Expected to be 72 degrees here at game time. Maybe it'll slip down to about 68, 66 at the end of the game. Slight winds, Old Glory's barely waving out there. It's going to be a gorgeous night for football here in Payson, Arizona.
Could even get some rain. Very slim chance that we get some rain too. And boy, Jackie, I'm pumped up. The first road game of the season for the Marauders, and it's against a tough 3A school in Payson. Payson always plays at the top of their division, so it's going to be a great matchup to see where the Marauders are going to fall in that 4A spot.
Payson is a well-coached team, and they are mid-season. We're going to get a chance to talk about the Payson Longhorns and what they've been able to do so far this season. We're going to talk about the last game for the Mingus Marauders as they come out of a huge 48-0 victory over Maryvale when we return to home of the Longhorns here at Payson High School after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
For 30 years, Rock Zoo Screen Printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Rock Zoo your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Rock Zoo Screen Printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Home of the Longhorns, and Jackie Bessler along with Nick Yatsinko out here. Mingus starts the 4A season for 2022 with a 48-0 victory over Maryvale. Now, interesting enough, number 39, Mingus came in ranked number 39 to start the season. Maryvale came in dead last in 4A, starting at 50. So even with our victory, we didn't actually move up from number 39. Right. However, it was a great game, and Mingus hardly did anything that looked wrong, except maybe some penalties during the course of the game.
Yeah, those we'll see a little bit more tonight, but as we play more games, those are going to clean up. The penalties will dissipate as we play more. And yeah, offense was just clicking on all cylinders against Maryville. Maryville had no answers. I mean, really, we scored, I think, the first 7 possessions we had that ball. It was just immaculate, and coaching staff wants that again.
Oh, certainly so. Mingus played an extremely efficient game and didn't have to play it fast. Dirkelek was 3 for 5 on the game, 60 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. But on the ground, we had a lot more yards on the ground, and we could literally do almost anything we wanted to do.
We had 6 guys that rushed the ball for positive yards, 6 guys. And we had a 7th who took a carry and didn't get anywhere. But you know what? When you spread the ball like that, that's so dangerous to the other team. I mean, how are you supposed to prep for the game if you have 7 different guys who can carry the football? So great job by the Marauders to spread the love around. 7 touchdowns by 4 different Marauders. So I mean, we really spread the ball out well. We saw Glassman carrying a touchdown, the big guy, and then we're seeing the groundwork. Mackay's going to be clutch this season. Ethan Jones running the ball. These guys are ready to go after that first game, it looks like. But hey, on the road, this is going to be a real good test.
Well, Arnaudo ends up first game with 14 carries, 146 yards. 10 carries, 146 yards. Ended up with 1 touchdown, and literally he could go just about anywhere he wanted to go. 2 catches by Jones out there for 48 yards, including a touchdown. Contreras had 1 for a touchdown. And defensively, the Mingus Marauders, the number of tackles for loss that I think I counted in the game was, if you included the sacks, you're probably talking about 10, 11 tackles for loss in that game.
Yeah, huge defensive stand. That's exactly what the Marauders have got to do against an opponent like Payson. Because Payson, just like the Marauders, we've got a real deep history. These guys know how to get the ball downfield. They know how to score. So it's going to be up to the Isaiah Lathan and Ethan Jones. Keep up that defensive momentum, get in the backfield, and cause some havoc tonight.
Mingus gave up 1 fumble, took away 2, and ended up with 4 sacks in the game, led by Jones. Arnaudo had 1, and Glassman and Latham actually split 1 for the Mingus Marauders. So defensively, Mingus did exceptionally well. Hernandez with the PATs ended up 4 for 6. We ended up with a 2-point conversion in the game as well. One of the things, though, is as Mingus had no respect for Maryvale's ability to throw the ball, they only tried it 3 or 4 times during the course of the game. I don't think that's going to be the case here today, which means that Mingus's defensive structure from last game of nonstop blitz, bring 16 guys if he can, isn't going to work here tonight with,
you're
with the
exactly
Longhorns.
Right. You're exactly right. And I think it was only a few pass attempts that Maryville had, and on one of them, quarterback dropped back and then ended up taking off for 25-plus yards.
Right.
So that's tonight. We're going to see a quarterback in Waterman for Payson who can take off with the football. And the stats show that. So they put the ball up a lot through the air. So for the Marauders, you really have to play some QB spy tonight. You can't get caught cheating. You really got to pay attention to what Waterman's doing in that backfield, because he'll just take off. He's got one of the most rushing yards on Payson already. And like I said, this is going to be their 4th game into the season. So these guys are starting to develop some chemistry and good stuff like that. So the Marauders really got to play that QB spy and be careful.
Oh, I certainly agree with that. In fact, when we come back here to Payson High School, we're going to take a look at the Longhorns and how they've done so far this season. 2-1 coming into the game. This is a mid-season game for the Longhorns. We will return after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders. Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Payson High School, Jackie Bessler and Nick Yatsinko along with us here, and we've got about 15 minutes till game time, probably closer to 18 minutes to game time here. On the road, the Mingus Marauders up against the 3A Payson Longhorns, who are 2-1 coming into this game, and I mentioned it last break, this is a mid-season game for them. They actually started on August 19th. August 19th. We were barely getting into our pads at that particular point, and they played at Blue Ridge, which is not easy, Nick. No. To play at Blue Ridge, that is actually pretty tough. They beat the Yellow Jackets by a score of 17-10, and Blue Ridge is number 16 in 3A. Then they went on and hosted Schauer here at Payson High School, who is number 2 in 3A. Lost that one by a score of 42-19. However, that's a deceptive score, is it not?
Right. So when I was checking that box score, that's a really deceptive score. Payson had the lead at half on Schauer. So Schauer really came out and had a great second half of football. But yeah, you cannot sleep on Payson. They had the lead on Schauer. Again, another great school in 3A, always a playoff contender. Blue Ridge ended up moving to 2-1 after their game last week. So that's no pushover. And Payson beat them 17-10. It's always a dogfight with these White Mountain schools. I know. But yeah, you're not kidding. Then they beat Miami, probably expected for Payson. So coming in tonight, Payson's really looking to fine-tune some things against a 4A school in Mingus.
Certainly so. And the win against Miami was on the road. That's a long trip, by the way. And Payson able to win that one 24-8. The actual only score in that game for Miami, an INT return for a touchdown. Plus the 2-point conversion. How about that? Well, as we take a look at the Payson squad here coming in tonight, Balanced, kind of, but I'm kind of surprised. They're more of a passing team as far as number of play-wise versus a rushing team.
Really scary to think about, Jackie. Really scary to think about, because I know Payson in my history is a hard-nosed running football team. And this year they already have 62 attempts through the air. In 3 games. 62 attempts compared to carries for rushing, 85 carries rushing the ball. That's low for Payson. It's low. When you see 62 passing attempts for a Payson Longhorn team, boy, you better put your seatbelt on and play some QB spy and be ready, because I'm not sure what Waterman's doing back there, but they love putting him in the backfield looking for a wide receiver to be open.
Well, you take that, and they've got 361 yards in the air, only 302 yards on the ground. And I'm going to throw in, against Miami, they only made 12 pass attempts. They were 4 for 12 against Miami in that game, including the interception for a touchdown. Now, if there is a weakness to Payson, is the fact that so far through 3 games, they've been pretty consistent throwing interceptions as well.
Yeah, Mingus, I'm sure, was keying in on that with game film. And because what else can you key in on when they're so well balanced like Payson is with rushing and then throwing the ball? That's really tough to defend. You don't know what you're going to get heavier. You don't know if Payson's going to go heavier run against you or heavier passing. So yeah, watching that game film, Marauders DBs better be hungry, trying to get up and get an interception and get the Marauders. That's going to do so much if they can get some turnovers against a strong 3A school like Payson.
Well, Camacho is going to have a field day. He's going to have to play that center field. He's going to have to read the quarterback. And you had made mention earlier in the pregame report to being able to spy the quarterback, because Waterman will do it with his feet. He's got 109 yards rushing so far this season, and so he will tuck and run. He's got 27 carries on the season, so I think that's built into the offense.
Yeah, number 1 rusher, and then on top of that, he's passing the ball. So obviously it's a dual threat quarterback. I mean, right off the bat, and that's so tough to defend against. The Marauders linebacker core has got to be ready for that. You got to stay planted, stay low in your knees, and you got to watch that quarterback's hips. You can't let him lie to you. He's going to try to deceive you. Obviously, he's been successful, Waterman, that is, for Payson. He's been successful in deceiving the other teams so far with their winning record. And like I said, that Schauer loss is a little bit of a sleeper loss for Payson. I'm sure they'd love that second halfback against Schauer, but nonetheless, Marauders definitely got a spy on him tonight, and the interceptions is a great point. If the Marauders can get up and get an interception, that'd be so huge.
Well, it's certainly so. I mean, receiving the ball, the main receivers out there are Madrid. He's got 10 receptions with 81 yards. Ashton, 14 receptions and 185 yards on the season. 7 turnovers in the season, 6 of them being interceptions, 1 of them being a lost fumble. And it's interesting. 71% of their yardage is from Waterman's yardage is from the line of scrimmage, which is pretty impressive. But they also have 7 takeaways, though. So I'm still talking about Payson. 7 giveaways, 7 takeaways to go along with it. So they got a turnover ratio of 0. Mingus has a +1. Took the ball away twice last week against Maryvale. Gave it up once late in the game, which was deep in Maryvale territory right at the end of the game. But nonetheless, obviously Payson can take the ball away as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another kind of deceiving stat, because Payson's played more games, right? So this is going to be their 4th game. So obviously they're going to have some more turnovers. I'm sure they'd like a handful of those back. To hear 7 takeaways from Payson, as a Marauder, you got to be licking your chops, saying, okay, let's get after that ball. Obviously they're putting it up for grabs. So in the Marauders, you cannot turn it over to the Longhorns tonight. I mean, it's going to be the takeaways tonight might decide the game, because this is going to be a hard-nosed, this is going to be a dogfight down there. It took a couple of rival schools almost in the 3 different divisions, if you will. And yeah, those takeaways are going to be a massive difference.
So Mingus was able to run pretty much anywhere they wanted to against Maryvale. That's not going to be the case against Payson, or certainly not the expectation. Payson only gave up 64 rushing yards last week against Miami. 64 on 37 carries. So Payson knows how to play the run. So Mingus is going to have to actually enforce their will at the line of scrimmage to be able to make that the run successful here tonight against what I expect to be a pretty stingy Payson defense. Now, with that said, one of the things is you run into, well, this is a 3A school and Mingus is a 4A school, but you know what? I don't see that huge of a difference between these two divisions.
No, we got a chance to talk off air a little bit about some of these divisions and where those top teams line up. And you could almost take the top 3A teams and they could play against the top 4A teams, and it would be good games.
Oh, I think so.
I'd go as far as to say even some of these top 3A teams would match up well against 5A teams, and vice versa. So, like, if you have a number, let's say 10 3A team versus a number 4A number 10 team, 4A might have the advantage there. If you're going by PowerPoints and stuff like that. Otherwise, you cannot sleep on a school just because it's a smaller division. Payson's got a rich history. We've played teams like Blue Ridge, Sholo, Snowflake, and those are all 3A schools, and we've had some losses against them. They're very tough to play against.
Very disciplined. Extremely disciplined in what they do. They do extremely well. And that leads us into the fact that Payson comes into this game ranked number 10 in 3A, which means that they're up there. This group is up there. They're going to be ranked. They're going to be very competitive. And so Mingus has their hands full here tonight. I think Mingus has the power to do it. However, unfortunately, they don't have a beautiful example game right before, simply because Maryvale just was not the kind of competition that we're going to see here tonight.
And this has got to be the example game, right? I mean, the Marauders have got to make this a good example game, and it will, because Payson's a strong team. Already a winning record going into their fourth game. This is a team that has playoff expectations, Payson. So, yeah, if the Marauders can make this a great milestone game for them by beating a top 3A school, they'd be making a statement to the rest of 4A too. They'd be saying, hey, we're not just going to lay down for any other 4A teams that we're playing. We're playing a couple of Phoenix schools in the 4A division. So we'll get to see that.
Indeed. Well, so much more to talk about. So little time left in the pregame. We've got about 9-10 minutes before kickoff out here at Payson High School. We're going to take a break and return to the home of the Longhorns after this.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
In the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Back here at Payson High School, Jackie Bessler and Nick Yatsinko along with us, and as we get ready for tonight's game, so Nick, what do you think a key to the game would be here for the Mingus Marauders?
Oh boy, let's keep scoring. I really like we put up 48 points against Maryville. You build a lot of confidence as an offense. I thought the offensive line and defensive line, which is essentially the same big guys down there, did a phenomenal job moving that line of scrimmage. Now I know it's Maryville, so they didn't have the biggest size up there. Payson's going to have more size, but I think you got to keep up the scoring, right? You got 48 points. Your offense is used to scoring. You've got to continue that trend. If you can keep finding the end zone like that, you're going to find some success.
Well, apparently Payson brings in their starting quarterback via helicopter out here. No, I'm kidding. However, we do have the hovering bird above us here, and I don't know if that is part of the display, but that is absolutely phenomenal to see from this point. I'm going to hang on to my papers before they fly away as he gets close. One of the other things that I think is going to be a key for Mingus is not to underestimate Payson. We talked about it last segment about, it's a 3A team. You got to get that completely out of your head. This is an away game. You're on their field. You're on their turf. This is going to be a very well executed game here by Payson is my expectation. And along those same lines, you got to decrease those penalties. While you could get away with the 15-yarders against Maryville because you could. Right. That I don't think is going to be the case. You give that kind of second and third chance lives to a Payson offense, they're going to make you pay for it.
No, and it's almost like turnovers, right? And such a close game like this is going to be with Mingus and Payson, turnovers and penalties almost coincide with each other. Yeah, you're right. You cannot be taking 15-yard penalties, 10-yard penalties. Really, no more delay of games. You got to watch the false starts. But yeah, you nailed it on the head, Jackie. You got to clean up the penalties. Because I would put it on the same exact kind of table and scale as the turnovers and how big of a role that may play in this game.
Well, apparently, we've got a helicopter parked in the middle of the field here.
It's wild.
That is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
That is pretty awesome. So, Banner Air is the helicopter. And I know that they are one of the sponsors for Payson football, and they are dropping somebody off. So somebody literally got to come in a helicopter and get dropped off here for the game, which is pretty cool. And I can't tell who it is.
So cool.
But that is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, kudos to the pilot because he didn't even knock over a pylon. Dropping that bird in here.
Good point. However, taking off is going to take a little bit more power and energy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we may have to go back down to the field and move some of these back, but we'll see. You did a great job landing it.
Hey, we want to recognize our eye on the game out here and our referee crew. I know we have our head judge out here, but we want to thank Reese's Tire for sponsoring the eye on the game. Look for discounts, coupons, and rebates on tires, wheels, and automotive services at Reese'sTire.com. Locally owned, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros won't be beat. Ask them about 6-month and 12-month interest, no interest financing options, or even no credit financing options. Go to Reese's.com for details.
And that's going to be Chuck Copeland and his gang of referees down there, ready for the game tonight. Big matchup between 3A and 4A. Gotta love it.
What I loved was his response to you, indicating that his crew has never been defeated.
I can't wait to use that one in the future, Jackie. I mean, and he's right. He's so right that his team is the only undefeated team.
Well, that's true, but they get to kind of call it their way, right?
That's right. Tough to lose.
Yeah, no doubts, no doubts. Out here tonight, the Payson Longhorns, of course, 2-1 coming into tonight. Only loss coming to number 2, Schauer, as the Mingus Marauders start to come back to the field. We have not seen Payson come back out, so Mingus is going to come out to the field here first. And led by Arnaudo as well as Dirkalek, and those two had a lot to do with the victory last game. Jones and Contreras following them, and then you start to get into some of the bigger linemen.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully I can call some pancakes tonight. Like Nick Choate, Isaiah Lathan, these guys down there on that line of scrimmage did such a great job last week. We saw a lot of pulling by Jahir Hernandez and Noah Wallowitz. So those guys got to keep it up, especially if they're going to move that line of scrimmage against a much bigger than Maryville. I won't say much bigger. I'm not sure how they stack up against the Marauders. We'll find out shortly, but they are bigger than Maryville. So it'll be curious to see how we line up.
Well, while we got a chance here, and we're waiting for Payson to come out to the field as the Longhorns are lining up here behind their banner, we want to go ahead and recognize this Mingus Marauders starting offense. So Nicholas Choate, right tackle, right guard is Jahir Hernandez, the center Clay Bowers, Noah Wallowitz, the left guard, the left tackle Isaiah Lathan, the tight end Ethan Jones with a couple of catches last week. Xavier Machado is going to be starting the left wing, right wing is going to be Seth Brulin. Arnaudo will be the fullback, and starting quarterback for the Mingus Marauders will be Dirkalek.
And on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of similar names we read off of that defensive line. You're going to see Curtis Glassman, Jahir Hernandez, Nicholas Choate, Isaiah Lathan. Boy, those guys were beasts last week getting into the backfield. Cornerback, you'll see Xavier Machado, Max Leckington. That linebacker core that's got to keep a good QB spy on Waterman is going to be Ethan Jones, Ian Contreras. Then you got Arnado, Camacho, and Senna.
Old Glory not waving very hard out here. Very light wind as we're getting close to our national anthem. All the Mingus Marauders are lined up, as is Payson. Payson in their dark colors. Mingus wearing their away white with the red bottoms. Still waiting on our national anthem out here. Still a gorgeous night, expected to be 30 or 72 degrees at game time. And there we go. Fantastic job by the Payson Longhorn Band with the national anthem out there, and we are getting close to game time. We will be right around the corner here from our coin toss. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll return here to Payson Longhorn territory, Payson High School. Tonight's game, the Longhorns, the Marauders. We're back right after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Home of the Longhorns, as the Mingus Marauders and Longhorns are getting set for our coin toss out here, which will be sponsored by State Farm. Jennifer Griffin, your State Farm agent in Cottonwood, getting ready. Now, so first road game. How are the jitters different than opening your home opener?
I would say you're probably pretty nervous whether you're going to call heads or tails here coming up on the coin toss. No, Jackie, I mean, you definitely have the jitters. I mean, being in that situation, that's just something, that first away game is huge. Your first time traveling away, first time wearing those clean white jerseys. Time to get those things dirty. And by dirty, I mean get them by sliding into the end zone.
Well, we've got Jones, Arnado, Latham, and Camacho as captains for the Mingus Marauders out there tonight. And as we get into the coin toss, I want to remind you that Jennifer Griffin, State Farm Insurance, has been in the same location for over 35 years. Stop in to see Jennifer for all your insurance and financial needs at 545 South Main Street in Cottonwood. You're going to find that's directly across from Walgreens. You can check them out online at Jen is my SF agent. That's Jen is my, like State Farm, sfagent.com. All right, so you only have two choices in a 50-50 shot, right?
Now let's see, Chuck Copeland out there, our head linesman's going to the call looks like Mingus won. They're going to defer.
And Mingus will defer, so then they're going to get to kick off. So Hernandez will come out to kick off for the Mingus Marauders here first.
Then you let those jitters go on defense first.
There you go.
That way you can just run into the backfield there, get it all out of your system, just run right into that backfield. Although be careful, because Waterman will take off on you.
Oh, certainly so. Want to thank some of our sponsors here for Mingus Marauder Football 2022, including our friends at Larry Green Chevrolet, Taylor Waste, Rock Zoo Screen Printing, and All Price Insurance. So we are just about ready for game time out here tonight.
And how exciting. What a tough team in Payson that we're going to get to see tonight. I'm sure the Marauders are real fired up for this one. We play a couple more Copper Sky, which we talked about that division a little bit last week. That's not the strongest division. I'll definitely say Payson and some of these 3A schools would probably do very well in that division and win some of them games. So Payson's going to be a much tougher opponent than the first week for the Marauders.
Well, I agree with that, and unfortunately, the Copper Sky is also not going to be privy to a lot of power points either.
Right.
So far, the Mingus Marauders don't have a lot of wins. However, they also played on a Thursday night when nobody else was playing. Not a lot of their schedule actually played on Friday night, the next night as well. So it'll be certainly interesting to see how Mingus will rack up power points here as we move along in the season.
You know, just kind of to piggyback on that too, Jackie, again, I know we brought it up a few times, but this is Payson's fourth game compared to our second. So these guys are a few more games into the season. So like I said earlier, they've built a little bit more chemistry than the Marauders have gotten the chance to. Again, momentum would be huge if the Marauders can come away with a win here.
Wyatt Austin back deep for the Longhorns. And it looks like Camacho's going to do the kickoff duties as he approaches the ball. And we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be to the far side of the field. It'll bounce. It'll be picked up somewhere around the 4-yard line. Ashton gets trapped by the Mingus Marauders, but finds his way out, and one Marauder hangs onto the jersey and is dragged, but able to make the tackle, and that's number 84. That's going to be Canyon Hyatt, who made the tackle on the far side of the field, and I thought they had him contained, and Ashton jumped out of that, found a way out.
Yeah, real agile there, and boy, Hyatt, thank you very much. What a jersey grab. I mean, if he broke out of Hyatt's sleeve tackle, that would have been a touchdown for Payson, so great job.
1st and 10 now for the Longhorns at the 28-yard line, and a timeout is going to be called.
Maybe equipment, maybe?
Could be. And they're going to send Machado off the field. Dixon's going to come in for him, so maybe indeed it is an equipment type situation. Here we go, ready, and then we blow the whistle again. 2 receivers to the near side, I formation for the Longhorns out there. Quarterback is wearing number 7, and that is going to be Dexter Waterman, not the number 7 that is on the Payson roster. And now Machado comes back in, as well as Wolowitz. So now I think we're set. Everybody's on the field that's supposed to be on the field, I hope. And we're not ready to go yet. So this has been the longest first down so far this season.
I mean, I'm speculating here, but I think Machado may have taken his helmet off to adjust it or something, and here we have quite the substitution ring happening.
Now we got Machado back out, and do we have anybody back in? Okay, so now coming in is going to be Bruland. All right, so, and through all of that, Payson changed their formation. So now they have one receiver on either side and an I formation in the backfield. All right, here we go. Waterman over center, looking to take the snap. Takes the snap, looks to throw, puts the ball up, has a receiver downfield, and it is tipped away. Looking for flags, no flags, as Camacho was on the coverage. He kept looking back at the ball, which was great coverage.
Yeah, fantastic work from the DB there for the Marauders. Way to be there, Camacho. That's an outstanding job to get your hand in there, just bat that ball out. Good job by that defensive line, getting a little bit of pressure, but as you can tell, Jackie, Waterman's got a good arm because that was right on target. Camacho just got it with his hand.
I think it's well practiced. I formation, 2 receivers far side at this point. There's the snap, and it looks like it's going to be run up the middle. And let's see who carried the ball. Went up the middle, and it's going to be, Aiden Ormand on the carry. He'll pick up 2. 3rd down and 8 now from the 30-yard line. First drive, first quarter here. 11:20 left to go in the first quarter. Payson with the ball. I formation. Man in motion coming to the near side. There's the snap, and the handoff is just absolutely collapsed on. Great job out there as Choke tackles him as soon as he gets the ball, and that's going to bring up a very quick 4th down. So 3 yards rushing, 1 pass that was no good, and Payson is looking to potentially set up to kick the ball. Camacho's going to be back for the Mingus Marauders. He keeps backpedaling past the 40-yard line. Average punts here for Payson are somewhere in the vicinity of the high 30s. There's a snap, good snap, and the kick is up. It goes to the far side. It's going to be short. It'll take a bounce. It'll take a Marauder bounce and head back the other way to the 42-yard line. So Mingus will start with fantastic field position, Nick.
Yeah, really great defensive stand. That's a wonderful job to force Payson 3 and out. We saw great coverage by Camacho. Ian Contreras got right at that line of scrimmage for a tackle, and same with Big Nick Choate. So great job by the Marauders defensively. And now it's time to try to put it past this Longhorn secondary.
Well, the good part is the defensive line just stays out there to become part of the offensive line, so they don't have to go very far. Wing T formation, receiver on the far side, 42-yard line for the Mingus Marauders to starting point, 1st and 10. First drive for the Marauders, and there is a pitch to the far side. A little bit of running room as Mingus gets around the corner, and that is going to be Brulin with the run, and he'll pick up a nice 7 to start it off for the Marauders.
Yeah, I really like to see a pitch to the outside there. Head coach Montabayez for the Marauders. It's a great job to get it to the outside, and Brulin does a nice job just cutting it in and getting a healthy 6-7 yards on it.
Well, when you're playing a defense that stacks 10 in the box, 3-4 yards off the line of scrimmage, you got to get it to the outside. Durkalek takes the snap and hands it to the second back through, and it's going to be Brulin again. Brulin is going to pick up a couple. I guess they gave him 6 the first time, so 2 more this time.
Yep, and that's fine. I mean, that sets yourself up for a real good 3rd and short. Very 3rd and manageable for the Marauders, and they're right at that 50-yard line.
Which certainly means that, it could be a possibility of going for it early. This might be a 2-down situation. I know a lot of high schools have started that. Offset wing for the Mingus Marauders. 1 receiver down to the near side. There's the snap. The ball's on the ground, and I think Mingus got it back, and getting a yard off of the fumble forward is going to be Durkalek.
Yeah, it looked like maybe just a botch snap there. Snap might have got away from the center, might have got away from Durkalek. It's okay, I'm sure Clay and Brazen will talk about that one in the huddle, clean that up, but nonetheless, still got a yard out of it.
4th and 1 at the 49-yard line of the Payson Longhorns. 8:48 left to go, first quarter. Mingus Marauders are looking to go for it at the line of scrimmage. Payson crowds the line, and now we have a flag against the Mingus Marauders.
It's going to be a false start.
False start against the Mingus Marauders, and that hurts.
Yeah, that was pretty subtle, Jackie, because you see a lot of hands up in the air asking who was it.
So now it brings up 4th and 6, and I wonder if that changes the concept of whether or not you go to a punt at this point.
I think it does. The only thing that would keep it to where it is because you're almost at that half field. But
however, Mingus does line up to go for it. Wing formation. They got a man on the top, and Durkalek's going to keep it himself. Throw the ball downfield. He's got Camacho. It's intercepted. But that's going to work pretty much the same as a punt as the ball goes down to about the 27-yard line. So first interception of the season against Durkalek.
Yeah, and that's okay. And you can tell that Durkalek wants that one back. You know, you got to shake that one off, Payson. No big deal. You got to attempt to throw that ball downfield. Now, I wonder if maybe, Jackie, going back in time a tiny bit, he should have maybe just taken off with that ball. He had Jahir Hernandez right out in front of him and a lot of open field, but decided to try to throw it up. And
well, he had Camacho. Camacho was behind the defense. He just threw it a little bit too short to make it work. So here come the Longhorns with the original line of scrimmage right at the 28-yard line. This is how the game started. Handoff goes up the middle. Mingus, it bounces to the outside, and Mingus is able to shut it down, and Mingus picks up the fumble.
And that is going to be Marauder ball. The refs are signaling it's Mingus football.
And so coming up with the ball, I believe, is Glassman, number 52 out there. How about that?
Great job by Curtis Glassman getting onto that and paying attention to that. That football squeaked out right at the end of the tackle. And how about that? 2 back-to-back turnover plays. The Marauders got the ball back.
And better field position.
Yeah.
Now they're at the 35, 36-yard line of the Payson Longhorns. Durkalek takes a snap. First man through is Arnado, and it is not there. That was there all day long last week. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 as he gains, maybe a half a yard to the 35-yard line.
And that's a really tough half a yard for Mackay. I mean, you're taking an absolute beating when you just get a half yard. He ran with a lot of speed into that line of scrimmage, and it didn't move anywhere.
It's called an abrupt stop is what it is. Wing formation, receiver to the top, man in motion, and it's going to be the second man through is going to be Brulin. Brulin breaks it out to the outside. He's at the 20, the 10, and knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 3-yard line, and making a tackle or a touchdown-saving tackle is Waterman, the quarterback.
Waterman showcasing the athleticism, but not before the Marauders can almost reach pay dirt. What a play. Jackie, I love that. That's a little bit of deception out of the wing tee. It's a counter play. You can see the replay there. Payson thinks it's going to the short side, and Brulin takes off the other way. What a play.
32 yards on the run by Brulin. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. And there is the snap. First man through is going to be Arnado. Arnado gets about half of it down to maybe the 1.5. We're going to call it 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here's where you're really going to test that your offensive line, right? And how much grit they have down there. This is such a tough spot to play line at. And around that 1-yard line. You just need one. Look at 2 yards maybe now?
Maybe 2 yards. They're taking Arnado out, saying that he has an equipment issue with his helmet. And so now coaching staff wants to talk with the head referee out there about the situation, because we've had a couple of players have to come off for helmets, so they want an explanation of exactly what or why. So they're going to start the clock again with 6:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Zeros on the board, but Mingus knocking. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Durkalek over center. Bowers looks to take the snap. There's the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to get to the outside, around the corner, and into the end zone. Touchdown. So the shifty one gets the Mingus Marauders on the board first, 6-0.
Oh, I love it. I know it's early in the game, Jackie, but chest bump city, that's great. Marauders able to find pay dirt, and Durkalek, how about the speed on that? You can see the replay there. He just pulls to the outside, keeps that ball, and he's able to bounce that around a defender and get into the end zone still. It's great speed.
2-yard run for the touchdown. Now he'll turn around to take the snap. Hernandez looking for the extra point. There's the snap, low snap, and he's going to pick it up and run. Durkalek's got a lot of black jerseys to get through, and he's not going to make it, so the point after attempt goes no good, and it's going to be a 6-0 lead for the Mingus Marauders. 6:22 left to go. Mingus is going to kick off when we return after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
To kick off here for the Mingus Marauders, and Ashton back deep for Payson. Let's see, we got a 5-2-3-1 setup here for the return team for Payson. 6:22, Mingus on the board first. After back-to-back, they traded giveaways. Mingus gave up an interception, got a ball back on a fumble, and it's going to be a ground ball down to about the 25-yard line, and then breaking up the middle, finding some way through and across the 50-yard line, close to the Mingus Marauder 45-yard line is where Payson's going to set up. So the attempt to dribble it down the middle of the field did not work out really well. They were afraid of Ashton kicking it deep, and apparently, guess what? There's other Payson Longhorns that are good in open space.
Yeah, they might have been afraid to kick it deep there, but got to be careful with that squib because it leaves a direct line right up the gut there. You can see the replay. I mean, all the Marauders are taking pretty good angles, but it's tough when it's just a straight line for that receiver.
46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Payson. Man in motion, spread formation. They're going to give it to the second back. Mingus reads it well, and he's going to put his head down for about 2, and that's going to be Ormond once again. He's gotten the ball 3 times so far in this game, and he's got 3 carries, 5 yards. 2nd and a long 8. So the ball is just inside the 45-yard line.
And Ormond, those are real tough yards to get.
Spread formation again, not the eye. 1 back in the backfield. Ormond is along with Waterman. Waterman takes the snap. He's going to throws it, and somebody was supposed to run along, and instead he ran an out. So a little miscommunication out there, and Waterman is 0 for 2 throwing the ball out here so far this game.
Yep, you see Camacho out there giving some love to his fellow DBs. They did a great job covering again on that.
Mingus has so far this game gone with a man coverage as opposed to some kind of a zone. Spread it again. 2 receivers top, 2 receivers bottom. Waterman looking to take the snap. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Throws the ball downfield. Has it up. And it is going to fall harmlessly. Overthrows his intended receiver out there, Sergio Madrid. And on the coverage is going to be Isaac Senna.
Yeah, nice job. Senna stayed with him that whole time. Just got to play great DB. Obviously, Waterman likes to put that ball up in the air, and Payson finds himself with another 4th and long here.
4th and 8, and they're looking to punt it again. 5:33. They got the ball back and took 12 seconds off the clock, and that was about it. Mingus is going to get the ball back. Camacho deep for the Marauders, standing at the 10-yard line. There's the snap, good snap. Kick is going to be away from Camacho, and he calls for a fair catch and does catch it right at about the 10-yard line. And so a very effective punt out there for Payson, and they're going to force the Mingus Marauders to start deep in their own territory.
Yeah, seriously, that's almost like a college-type punt right there. It's a great job. They pinned the Marauders real deep, and how about some kudos for Camacho out there? It's a good fair catch, because if he lets that go, Payson might tag that at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah, you certainly don't want that.
Right.
So Mingus has only attempted to throw the ball once so far. Had an open man, it went for an interception. Then on the next play, got the ball back on a fumble recovery. That would be Glassman. All right, wing formation once again for the Mingus Marauders. Dirkelek takes the snap and hands it off, and it goes to a cloud of dust. I think that's an Arnado that gets the ball, yes? Or is that Brulin?
That's going to be Brulin.
Brulin.
Yep.
And it looks like he's going to pick up about 2. Brulin has had 4 carries so far in this game for 42 yards. So I dare say that he's been the workhorse. Arnado was the workhorse last week. Arnaudo in the backfield. Brulin off to the left. Dirkelek looking to take the snap, and he does. And it comes to the near side, getting around the corner, losing his footage, and Brulin goes down. Somebody just got a shoelace, but it was enough. And that's going to bring up a third down. The sweep doesn't get anything, and it'll go for naught. So 3rd and 8 for the Mingus Marauders at their own 12-yard line. So obviously, at an absolute minimum, you've got to get some positive yards so you're not punting out of the end zone, yes?
Yeah, and Brulin just did a lot of running just to get back to that line of scrimmage.
Blitz looks like it's coming from Payson. There's the snap. And getting to the outside is going to be Dirkelek. Dirkelek getting good yardage and a first down. How about that? He goes to the far side of the field, gets around the corner, and is able to pick up 9. They needed 8, he got 9.
Yeah, what a great job by Dirkelek. You'll love to see it. Here we come in. We know Payson's quarterback is a dual threat. Well, how about Dirkelek out there? Really showcasing him for the Marauders.
I think he saw the blitz coming, and to counter the blitz, he got to the outside because you know you got to be where they're not, right? Wing T, one receiver far side for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap and getting up the middle and still keeping his feet going. Helicopter tackle out there, but for great yardage, it looks like Arnaudo's going to pick up about 8.
I love to see it. Arnaudo getting up and that's Brulin.
No, that's Brulin.
Again, Brulin is, you're right, Jackie. Brulin's been the horse tonight so far.
Well, I thought they were going to give him 8. That's much closer to a 5. I'm sure he'll take it. He might be dizzy from the tackle, though. Got swung around about 15 times. Saw the helicopter before the game. Trying to go the same way. And up the middle, the Mingus Marauders go. And that gets stuffed. And that one is going to be Arnaudo. He holds onto the ball but loses a shoe. So they're going to give him 1. So it's going to be 3rd and a long 4 for the Mingus Marauders, and they're going to place the ball right at about the 20-21 yard line.
Interesting to see what Coach Montevilla's got up his sleeve for a very manageable 3rd down. However, deep in our own territory.
Haven't seen Machado get the ball yet. Xavier's the other wing. There's the snap, and it is going to go to Arnaudo, and Arnaudo gets greeted right at the line of scrimmage. He might even actually lose a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the run blitz was on, and Payson brought everybody, and that'll be a negative play here for the Mingus Marauders. 5 Payson Longhorns in on that tackle.
That's for Payson. That's when gambling goes right there. They stack that short side, and Marauders trying to catch him off guard, go to the short side, but no certain Payson right there.
So the ball at the 20-yard line, just inside the Mingus Marauder 20-yard line. You would think we're going to go for a punt formation. Stepping back to do the punting is going to be Dirkelek. So your quarterback is also the punter, and now we have whistles blown.
Maybe delay a game.
Delay a game. Second 5-yard penalty against the Mingus Marauders. Ouch. Both of them on 4th down.
Ouch, that hurts so much in the field position game.
So Dirkelek now punting from his own 1 or 2 yard line. Need a good snap. There is a good snap, and the kick is off. It is a wobbly kick, but it is going to run. Run, ball, run. Run, ball, run. And it'll be down at the 48-yard line. That's the new Dr. Seuss book, by the way. Run, ball, run.
Dirkelek did a good job stunning it up on that one, because that's a great punt. Payson was ready to return that. Mingus got a penalty, had to back up. And Dirkelek able to pin him past. They're back in their own territory. Granted, they're real close to Marauder territory, but
1:18 left to go in the first quarter. The Mingus Marauders leading 6-0. The extra point attempt no good after a 2-yard touchdown run for the Marauders. Third possession here for Payson. The Longhorns come out in an I formation. 1 receiver top, 1 receiver bottom. Second back gets it, tries the right-hand side, and gets captured out there by the Mingus Marauders. And that, I believe, is going to be, I think that's Jones that made that tackle. So no gain, on the play? None whatsoever.
And, of course, Ethan Jones out there called his name a bunch in that first game and already tonight. Great job. He's getting some love out there by Contreras. Says, hey, nice tackle. Way to keep him in the backfield.
Well, he attacked. And they tried to get through the right side of the line, and he just absolutely attacked where the hole was. I formation, second back once again. Skimmies his way through and is able to find an open territory. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And then Arnado catches him inside the 20. Welcome to the red zone for the Payson Longhorns. 19-yard line is going to be the line of scrimmage. And a pretty fantastic 33-yard run out there.
Yeah, nice job by Mackay to not give up on that and to really pursue. That was Marinelli on the run, and boy, he showed some serious speed, but then Mackay said, no, you are not getting in that end zone.
Two receivers top side. Mingus trying to adjust to it. I formation, first back through, and it gets slammed down, but goes for a couple. And that's going to be Arnand, who picks up a couple, and in the red zone, that's an important couple. New line of scrimmage, the Mingus Marauders 16-yard line.
And really gut check time for your defense here. That's going to be the end of the first quarter, and Marauders really got to stand their ground defensively.
It's a different ball game than it was last week. Mingus with the lead like they did last week in the first quarter, but it's a smaller lead, 6-0 against the Payson Longhorns. We'll return after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and pumping products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Two things we can count on every year.
All right, the quarterback took the snap, and I'm not sure he actually got the handle the way he wanted it to, and ended up running it for about 5 yards right up the gut. So Waterman calls his own number. That brings up 3rd and 4 from the Mingus Marauder 12-yard line. Payson with the ball, trailing the Marauders 6-0. There's the snap, there's the throw. It goes downfield, and it is knocked away. Great job. Phenomenal pass defense out there by number 7. That's Xavier Machado. That was a great job defending that pass.
Yeah, between Camacho and Machado, you cannot draw defensive backs up any better than that. That's such a great job of just focusing on getting your hand on the ball and knocking it out of the air.
So 4th down, and Payson looks to go for the field goal. So the spot of the ball is going to be at the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Now, obviously, you can't jump off sides. It's 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4, rather. There's the snap, low snap. Kick is not good, and Mingus will take over. They preserve the lead. 11:23 left to go here in quarter number 2, and we're going to keep it here. But the Mingus Marauders caught a break there as Payson unable to go with the field goal attempt there, or be successful with it, I should say.
Yeah, I absolutely love seeing the field goal attempt, Jackie. You know what that means? That means you got a good game. And that means both teams know that it's going to be a real good competitive game. Payson unsuccessful with the field goal, and boy, Marauders licking their chops with this offensive opportunity again.
Well, Payson had a field goal last week. In fact, a 27-yarder, and unable to do the 30-yarder. And a timeout on the field here. Couldn't see who called the timeout, but we're going to take a break with them. We'll return in 30 seconds.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
After the failed field goal attempt, the Mingus Marauders will get the ball back at their own 20-yard line. The workhorse has been Seth Brulin, number 23, 6 carries, 47 yards so far in this game. Man in motion, and now they're going to blow the whistle. And they're going to go offsides encroachment against Payson. That'll be their first penalty of the game. 5 penalties in the game. 2 against the Mingus Marauders, 1 against Payson, all of the 5-yard variety. But that'll make it 1st and 5 from the 25 now. Wing formation once again. Man in motion. There's the snap. And quarterback keeps it. Tries to cut up underneath, and a great job capturing him back in the backfield. A good tackle for loss out there by the Longhorns.
Yeah, and that's going to be Dalton Stockton on the tackle. What a great job of just pursuing Dirkelek. Dirkelek thought he had the outside open a little bit, and Dalton said, no way. He got right into that backfield.
Well, the defense actually took the outside. They came to the outside, which means that he had to cut it back inside where the linebacker was waiting. 2 receivers now for the Mingus Marauders, 1 back in the backfield. A wing on the near side, short side of the field. There's the snap. And quarterback's looking to throw, throws it up. Camacho going after it and jumps up, and it's just overthrown a little bit, but it was well thrown. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from the Mingus Marauder 22.
Oh, so close. You see it on your replay there. So close. Camacho just about there. I like that he kind of cut the DB and went onto the inside to try to catch that. But boy, Dirkelek and Camacho just missing on that.
Contreras brings the play in for the Mingus Marauders. Bowers hustles to the ball for the center. Wing formation, 1 receiver top. Got a wing to the bottom. Wing goes in motion, and there is going to be the snap and the run, and it's going to be Brulin. Brulin makes a man miss and picks up the 1st down. Holy cow, did he put the brakes on, and a Payson Longhorn ran right by him as he's able to move the chains. He needed 8, and he got 11.
Oh, Seth Brulin, get yourself some Gatorade. What a run. You can see it here on your replay. It's another counter, which I love in the Marauders, and Brulin just literally stops on a dime, and the Longhorn runs right by him. That is a great job to get the 1st down.
Moves the chains for the Mingus Marauders. New line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line. 10-16 left to go, quarter 2. Mingus leading 6-0. Dirkelek has a man in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to hold on to it himself, and he will get sacked deep by, it looks like number 6 out there for Payson, and that is going to be a huge loss back to the 20-yard line. They're not even going to give him forward progress on that. How about that?
No, and that's boy, some really good athletic plays by individuals. Brulin on the play before, and boy, that sack was by Devontae Johnson from the Longhorns. That's just a great job of not giving up and getting a Dirkelek, and you're right, Jackie, that's a huge loss.
2nd and 20. We talked about it in pregame that Payson would have a much improved defense as opposed to Maryvale's defense last week, and they're certainly showing it here. Mingus wing. They're actually going to do 2 receivers. Machado to the top, Contreras to the bottom. And there's the snap. Quarterback throws to the near side, and it's going to be Contreras. Contreras weaves his way back toward the original line of scrimmage, and the quick toss is going to give a gain of, we'll see if they're going to give him 9 or 10 on that.
Yeah, and really good job offensively. You see the Marauders out there calling blitz, right? So you see those Payson linebackers running up the line. They're kind of stomping, acting like they're going to blitz. Marauders do a great job of communicating that with each other, and end up not 3rd and 11 here. So you wouldn't say 3rd and manageable, but it's much better than the play before.
Well, certainly. I mean, 3rd and 20 is a lot worse. So 3rd and 11, 30-yard line. Mingus goes back to the wing. Receiver near side for Durkalek, and there is all sorts of motion. And we're going to see, and it's going to be a false start against the Mingus Marauders. 3rd penalty against Mingus. And that's going to drop it back again. 3rd and 16. Ouch.
And you know what, Jack? Yeah, I like the call, right? They already got the Longhorns earlier on this offensive possession with a encroachment. And that offensive line for the Marauders just a little bit too antsy.
Wing once again, one receiver to the near side, same formation. There's the snap. Quarterback is going to keep it himself. Cuts up underneath. He's got a blocker, pushes him out of the way, and he's getting the first down. He's got the sideline. Durkalek is at the 20. He's at the 10, the 5, and touchdown. Looking for flags on the play. No flags anywhere on the play. And just like that, Durkalek breaks it off, and he had an entourage with him. As, did you see that? Arnado ran the whole field along with him.
Yeah, and not only that, but you're going to get to see the replay here. What an outstanding job by Jahir Hernandez getting upfield, the big guy, pulling, getting upfield for a lead block. And you're right, there they are, Jackie Mackay and Durkalek running to the end zone together. What a play.
75 yards for the touchdown run. And the Mingus Marauders are going to take a timeout here. We're going to leave it here as they're going to take a timeout. The question is on everybody's mind, do you go for the 2-point conversion now that you had the failed extra point earlier? Because you had made mention, I mean, that extra point can loom large in a game like this.
Absolutely. I mean, we already saw Payson go for field goal, right? That means you know that this game is going to be expectedly within just a few points. So, yeah, these are crucial. If I'm the Marauders and Coach Montebaez, I'd like to go for 2 to get the extra points back and make this a 14-0 lead. But, hey, Jackie, 12-0 lead on Payson. That's, beyond our expectations with a couple of great teams already. So, Marauders looking good.
Hernandez comes out. So, at least Mingus is showing that they are going to go for the extra point. No wind as Old Glory right behind the goalposts is standing still. 8:49 on the clock. Mingus leading 12-0, trying to dot the I and add an extra. There's the hold. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-0 Mingus on top here at Payson High School. We'll return for more second quarter action after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Here at Payson High School, the Mingus Marauders on top 13-0, 8:49 left to go in half number 1. Camacho going to kick it off again to Ashton, Wyatt Ashton, who is deep. And they're going to kick it onside to the near side, and, well, they're going to give great field position nonetheless, as number 50 able to get his hands on the ball and holds the gigantic hop, and that's Cel Celis, and making the tackle on him is number 44, Matthew Rodriguez. So Mingus tries a little trickery, or they're more afraid of the return game of the Payson Longhorns. I'm not sure which.
And to be honest, they got to be feeling confident in their defense, right, Jackie? Because they've already given up this kind of territory. So I kind of like that call. Try the onside kick. Might as well try to continue the points.
And I appreciate it because that means the play is closer in the middle of the field for my old eyes. I formation, flag flies high, and it's going to go against the Mingus Marauders as an offside. At least that's the call by the judge out there. And that flag, that was an Olympic throw. I think he got a good 22, 23 feet in the air on that one.
Great form. Great form.
Yes, great form.
And Marauders, just like that, they were able to draw an encroachment penalty, and now they're guilty of one themselves, giving Payson an easy first down.
I think that somebody lined up in a wrong spot is what I think happened. So the Mingus Marauders give up a 5-yard penalty, and there's the handoff inside and breaking it away for the first down, close to a first down, and that is going to be Marinelli. Marinelli is the shifty one, and he will get 4 of the 5 needed, so 2nd and 1. Marinelli already has a 33-yard scamper in this game. I formation. 1 receiver either side for Waterman, the quarterback for Payson. Mingus showing blitz, and they hand it off. The quick hitter up the front, and Mingus drives it back. That was 3 guys out there making that tackle. I think Latham and Glassman led it, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And I know Choate was in there too. We'll get to see the replay. Orman takes this handoff, and oh boy, he runs right into Nick Choate, and there's no going anywhere.
And they give him a first down. How about that? Wow.
Interesting.
Generous spot out here. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 43. Mingus, 7:42 left to go in the first half, leading 13-0. Waterman takes the snap, looks to throw, slants, has his man, and is tackled by the ankles out there. Number 24 on the reception. And that is going to be Hildendorf.
Yeah, nice job by Hilgendorf to just run a clean route, give his quarterback those numbers to throw the ball at.
14 yards on the reception out there, and a handoff. Marinelli gets the ball. Mingus will contain him and then drive him back after a short gain of about 2.
Yeah, nice job. I see Isaiah Lathan, one of the first Marauders in there, making the tackle, but nonetheless, Payson putting together a little bit of a drive here. 2nd and long. The Marauders got to dig their heels into the ground.
Payson, one of their best drives so far. They've been in the red zone once. I formation once again just inside the Mingus Marauder 25. Quarterback changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Looks to take the snap, takes the snap, now looks to throw, throws, has one-on-one man coverage out here. Camacho played it exceptionally well, threw it to the sideline where only the receiver could get it. However, Camacho, phenomenal coverage.
Yeah, between Machado and Camacho tonight, Jackie, the Marauders DBs obviously did their homework in watching game film because they have been on top of these receivers, not giving them any room to catch a ball.
3rd and 7 officially for Payson. I formation once again. Quarterback takes the snap and hands it off. Second back, Mingus. Glassman came around the corner, got some help from Contreras, and shut it down for a loss. That's going to be a loss of at least 1, bringing up 4th down, and I got to imagine you're in 4-down territory here, down 13-0 with 6:20 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think in a game that could swing momentum either way, you need to go for this here. Obviously, your closer field goal attempt didn't work, so yeah, we're definitely going to see the offense here for the Longhorns.
The ball right at the 25-yard line. They go to a spread formation, 1 back in the backfield. Waterman takes the snap, looks to throw, has some pressure, throws the ball downfield, and it is overthrown. Mingus will get the ball back on downs with 5:56 left to go in the second quarter. 2 timeouts left for the Mingus Marauders as well.
Man, I love to see it, and it's great to call such great defense like this, Jackie. And on that play, he had Max Leckington joining Machado and Camacho on that fantastic coverage. These guys, the secondary for the Marauders is playing the best I've seen in quite some time. These guys are on top of it tonight.
Well, so far, Dexter Waterman, the quarterback, is 1 for 7, 14 yards, only connected with Hildendorf on a slant. Mingus will get the ball back, and they will pitch to the outside. Brulin makes a jump cut and is able to pick up about 5, able to jump inside of a would-be tackler, and is violently tackled to the near side, but still picks up, they're going to give him 4 and make it to the line of scrimmage right at about the 28-yard line.
You were right. They were almost tackling him into the ground there. And, on the flip side of that, Isaiah Latham got himself a pancake. Excited to call the first pancake of the night. It's a great block.
3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Wing formation for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap, and the handoff goes to the far side of the field. And that is going to be Brulin again. Man, he is getting all the carries here tonight. Arnado out in front blocking for him. Pops him on the helmet and helps him back up. They pick up 2, so it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Brulin has 9 carries, 63 yards here in the first half.
Really love that outside pitch too, and that's been really successful for Brulin. He's able to cut that up really quick.
Quarterback takes the snap, shows the ball. It's going to be a counter, and it's going to be Senna. Senna takes the counter, except this time Payson was ready for it, and he's going to gain about 2 more. And that's going to bring 4th down and a long 3.
Yeah, it looks like the Marauders have their punt team coming out on the field. I know it's only 4th and 3, but they're deep in their own territory.
32-yard line, and Mingus is going to take their time. 4:03 left to go on the clock. Payson's looking, supposedly going to get the ball back, and has 2 timeouts to go with it. Durkalek is the punter, and they're going to take a delay of game penalty as they run the clock down to 3:48. And they're going to drop the Mingus Marauders backward. That's 5 5-yard penalties for the Mingus Marauders so far.
And a few of them coming on 4th down.
Yeah, first 2 for sure. Durkalek takes the snap. Good snap. Oh, pressure. He does get it off. Kind of goes off the side of his foot. That should be fire as it will bounce down across the 50 down to about the 47-yard line. And Payson has started at this point of the field 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it goes to show how well the Marauders defense is playing. They've only had 50 yards to go, and now you see a penalty on the field. And boy, that's going to hurt. That looks like Camacho. A little bit of extracurricular activity, and the ref's going to discuss it with the head linesman.
Oh, I didn't see that. If that ends up being a 15-yard penalty, even worse yet, if it's an ejection.
And it, boy, let's take a look here. That's just disheartening. You don't want to see that from your players.
Coach Matsubias is out discussing it with the head referee out there.
Boy, you got to be careful if you're Camacho, because you are having one of the best games of the season. I know it's only the 2nd game, but playing very well. You can't let those mistakes in.
So the 38-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. So Payson will start at the Mingus Marauder 38-yard line with 3:35 left to go. And I'll have to try to get a number for the new safety out there. It looks like it's Leckington. Quarterback takes the snap, and he is going to throw. Steps up underneath. Now he's going to run. Chased by a lot of Mingus Marauders, and they're going to get to him, but they're going to push him down. Choate will get the tackle off a push, but it's going to be a fair gain down to the 30-yard line, which will bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and that's a good job. Dalton run to the outside there. Marauders do a good job, but just a little bit more containment and be okay. 2nd and short, and again, Jackie, you're going to go back to that penalty. Really hurt the Marauders.
They spread one receiver to the near side, one to the second, and they're going to give it to Manarelli. who runs up the middle. He will get a first down before he's chopped down by Senna, but that is going to move the chains, and 6 yards on the run.
Yeah, and now what you're seeing is a hurry-up offense by the Longhorns.
I formation once again. They're going to give it to the second back and spun around but still keeping his legs rolling forward and moving the pile, and finally being tackled after a first down. What an incredible run out there by, I believe that was Manarelli as well, correct?
Yeah, boy, he just carried Max Leckington with him. Leckington got in there for like a yard gain, and he just carried him.
I think he might have been going for the ball. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Throws the ball up, and it is caught over the top and brought down for a touchdown. And going up for the ball, catching it over the top of the Mingus Marauders. Trying to catch a number here for you. And that's going to be Ashton going up for the ball. Great job, went over the top of Dixon and Leckington, right in the middle of them to come down with that ball.
Yeah, and the Longhorns find themselves on the board, and it's now a one touch possession here. And you bet Coach Montebaez is having some words with Camacho on the sidelines, as they could have really used his coverage.
And the extra point up is good. So with 2:20 left to go, Mingus will get the ball back, leading 13-7. We'll return to Payson High School after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Payson gets on the board right before the end of the quarter, or the end of the half, I should say. 2:20 left to go in quarter number 2. The Marauders leading 13-7. It has been confirmed that Camacho has been ejected from this game. Will not only affect this game, but next game as well with the ejection. Mingus lining up, preparing for an onside kick here. 2 Marauders back deep just in case. Payson looking to kick it off. Approaches the ball, and they will kick it. A line drive. It'll go deep. Brulin will watch it, pick it up at about the 3-yard line and bring it back. Tries the far sideline, weaves his way through, and then gets caught and brought down inside the 20-yard line. Somewhere around the 15, 16-yard line. 2:13 left to go. Mingus has 2 timeouts and the ball.
Yeah, real crucial drive for the offense right now. With 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left before halftime, Jackie, Marauders got a 13-7 lead. It's a really, really big offensive drive. Marauders have a chance to take the clock down and go get some more points if they can find success.
Well, Mingus has scored with a 2-yard run by the quarterback and a 75-yard run. So certainly breaking something open is certainly possible. Quarterback under center takes the snap and will run it himself. Cut it back up the middle. Won't find anywhere to go and will get driven back right at the line of scrimmage. And no gain. And it looks like Mingus may have called a timeout. Somebody calls a timeout on the field.
That'd be the Longhorns calling timeout.
So the Longhorns call a timeout. That'll be their second. And we're going to keep it here. Now, why would you do that? Why would you go ahead and call timeout? Do you think you're going to get the ball back?
It's a lot of confidence in your defense right there. A lot of confidence in your defense.
Well, certainly so, but Mingus can run the ball. The Longhorns only have 1 other timeout. So even if the Mingus Marauders don't get the first down, they can easily run close to another 30 to 40 seconds off this clock, yes?
Yes, yep, good point.
Okay.
Longhorns really Really hoping that they can just get this back. And boy, what a turn of events here, Jackie. After an ejection from the Marauders, the Longhorns seem to have some momentum.
Arnaudo and Brulin in the backfield for quarterback Durkalek. He's got Contreras to the near side. There's the snap. And quarterback's going to keep it. Looking to run. And unable to get out of the grasp. And he is driven back. Late whistle. Almost no whistle. How about that? And it's going to be a third down with 1:47 left to go here in the quarter. And Durkalek is able to gain about 2, bringing the ball out to the 17-yard line. It'll be another timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. So apparently that's what Payson is thinking about here. Now, they can't stop the clock on this one. They are out of timeouts now, 1:47. So if Mingus is able to get a first down at this point, then they will control the rest of the quarter for sure.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, if Mingus can get this first down, they can take it into halftime with at least the 6-point lead they have now. And now, if Payson can get a stop here, I'll tell you, Mingus should not, or maybe they do throw the ball, Jackie. You got to be careful if you throw the ball, because you don't want to stop the clock for Payson. At the same time, you want this first down.
Oh, certainly so. Mingus lines up in a wing, tight formation. Contreras on the near side as the only receiver. One back in motion, and Mingus is going to throw the ball. They throw the ball downfield and overthrows. He had Brulin, he had Jones in the same area. Some questions as to what was going on, and Contreras was downfield all by himself. So that stops the clock with 1:42 left to go here as Mingus tried to be tricky and throw the ball when nobody expected them to throw the ball. So now they're going to have to punt the ball, give the ball back to Payson with probably really good field position and a team that is just now starting to feel a little more comfortable throwing the ball against the Mingus Marauder defense. Durkalek is back. Waiting for the snap. It is a high snap. He gets it. He gets the punt off. It's a great punt. Drives the man back. It's going to take a Mingus Marauder bounce. He will pick it up at about the 40-yard line, trying to bring it to the near side, and will get captured and brought down at about the 35-yard line by, it looks like Cannon Hyatt out there for the Mingus Marauders. 1:28 left to go, and Mingus, well, special team-wise, did the best that they could possibly do out of that situation.
Yeah, and that's Hyatt on a couple great special teams tackles already. Good job on the punt. That's always a tough tackle. You got to take a really good angle. And we got a Longhorn down here. Hopefully he's okay, just maybe cramping up or getting a stretch.
Talon Adams was on the return, got a couple back for his squad.
But yeah, boy, Jackie, for the second quarter, most of the first half going the Marauders' way. Talk about the last four-minute swing here for the Longhorns. They've really got some momentum.
That receiving touchdown, the first touchdown that Mingus's defense has given up in 6 quarters, which is pretty darn impressive if you think about it. So Mingus is giving up, 1.18 points per quarter. How's that for a stat?
Going to have to keep that up because Payson wants to put more on the board for sure.
And it is number 18 coming off the field, and that is Adams, who was the punt returner on that. So let's see what Payson does. No timeouts, but obviously looking to throw the ball. 1:28 left to go. Camacho, the safety for the Mingus Marauders, ejected from this game. Leckington will be back, playing the safety role for the Mingus Marauders. And now you start to wonder whether or not you can get to the quarterback. A sack would be huge right here.
Yep.
Shotgun formation for Waterman. One back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the top. And he starts to run. He'll have to run. He's looking to throw. He does throw downfield. He has a man. And it is caught but tackled inbounds as Hyatt does tackle him. And on the reception is Marinelli out of the backfield.
Yeah, great execution by Payson. The Marauders' defensive line almost gets him. And Payson able to just kind of scramble out of that, make a good play out of it.
Well, Marinelli on the reception out there. Puts the ball at the 37-yard line. 1:03 left to go. Waterman in shotgun. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap. Mingus is coming and gets to him. And down he goes. That's going to be Lathan, but the flag is going to come out. Whether or not he got the face mask, I don't know.
Yeah, sure looks like he did from up top. At least the angle I saw, Jackie, looks like a definite face mask. You'll get to see the replay here. And that's Latham, which is great pressure. And oh, yeah, yep. He twisted his head a little bit. And that is going to help the Longhorns out.
That's going to be another 15-yard penalty, which will put the ball all the way down to the 25-yard line. And that is going to be an ouch for the Mingus Marauders. Shotgun formation once again here for Payson. Puts his man to the left of him. There's the snap. He rolls to the right, far side of the field, throws, has a man, caught and stopped inbounds down to about the 10-yard line. They're going to stop while they move the chains, and it's going to be at the 8-yard line. How about that? Another 12 yards and a first down. And Waterman has now completed his last 3, and he'll spike the ball with 26.6 seconds left to go in quarter number 2, knocking on the door at the Mingus Marauder 8-yard line.
Oh, what a great job by Waterman and this Longhorns offense to make the most out of that minute 20 that they had. And we'll see a timeout here by the Marauders as they discuss how they're going to keep the Longhorns out.
We're going to take a quick break with them. We'll return to Payson High School after this.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
6.8 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. Man in motion for Payson. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Throws. Has a man down toward the goal line. And incomplete. Knocked out of the hands by the Mingus Marauder defense out there. 20.8 seconds left to go now. 3rd and goal from the 8.
Oh, nice job. And that's going to be Machado on the coverage. What a great job. Looked like the Longhorn had the catch, and Machado just jars that out of his hands. Great job by the Marauder defense.
Well, obviously, Payson's going to put the ball up. However, you got to take into consideration that Waterman can throw the ball at run the ball at any particular time. Intended pass to Gildendorf on that last play. Spread formation, 2 receivers either side. Waterman, number 7, puts a man in motion. Takes the snap, high snap, looks to run, and stops, pitches to the near side. Mingus catches it and drives him to the ground. That is number 10 on the pitch, and that's going to bring 4th down. No gain on the play, and they're going to have to hurry up and get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th and goal from the 8. 1.3 seconds, they get the snap off. Quarterback looking to run. He's got a man, he throws to the end zone, no good.
What a defensive stand by the Marauders, and they will go into halftime with the lead. Wow, what an exciting end to the first half, Jackie.
Holy cow, bring on the blood pressure medication. 13-7, the Mingus Marauders escape the first half with a lead. And as Payson was inside the red zone at the 8-yard line and could not convert it into a touchdown and points. Woo! We're going to get into the Longfellow halftime report. Longfellow Excavating halftime report coming up right after this.
People People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Back here at Payson High School, we have got a good one for you. The Mingus Marauders on top 13-7 here at halftime. 6:22 left to go in the first quarter. A 2-yard run by Dirkelek off the far side as he finds the corner of the end zone. The extra point really wasn't attempted. A high snap, and Dirkelek tried the 2-point conversion run. No good. It was 6-0. Then second quarter action. 8:49 left to go, and a 75-yard keeper by Dirkelek on the near side of the field, going from right to left across your radio dial. And he had an entourage with him, 2 different blockers, including an Arnado out in front of him, guiding him, his wingman, all the way to the end zone. The extra point by Hernandez was good. And then in the second quarter, Camacho thrown out of the game. Mingus loses its kickoff. Most importantly, though, the safety for the Mingus Marauder defense, and that played a role. Coming up at 2:20 left to go in quarter number 2, and a 12-yard pass as Waterman finds Ashton on the near corner, and Ashton went over the top of one defender and in front of another. I mean, it was a phenomenal catch. It was a well-placed ball, no doubts about it. First points Mingus has given up during the course of the season, and the extra point was good, 13-7, and then the last 2 minutes of this game were like, I don't know, an entire quarter long, Nick.
Yeah, you're not kidding about the blood pressure medication. You better share some of that. And honestly, we ended on a good way, right? Because depending on how those last few plays went was going to carry the momentum into this next half. Marauders, Camacho being thrown out, that's just a huge blow to the Marauders. Huge blow. So at least we have this halftime, right, to make those certain adjustments that we're going to need to. But just to go back on some of those scoring plays, Jackie, Jahir Hernandez, our pulling guard, on Dirkelek's scampering touchdown, one of the best blocks I've seen in a while. It's a great job by the big guy to pull, ran all the way upfield and sealed off Dirkelek for that touchdown. And like you said, Mackay was running right next to him. He wanted the little handoff for the touchdown. Yeah. So nonetheless, Marauders still finding ways to get into that end zone. I know we only have 13 points, but it's something against a tougher Payson team game than we've seen so far this season. So Marauders looking okay so far tonight.
Well, this is perfect for the Mingus Marauders being in a fight. They need to be in a battle, especially at this point, game number 2 of the season. Remember, this is game number 4 for the Payson Longhorns. This is mid-season play for these guys. Want to thank Longfellow Excavating for sponsoring our Mingus Marauder halftime show. No job too big or too small, as Longfellow Excavating does it all. Septic installation, drainage, grading, and much more, including demoing a single wide over in Camp Verde. Thank you much. You can call Josh Longfellow for a free quote at 928-300-3792. That's 300-3792 for Longfellow Excavating, our halftime sponsor out here. You know what? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to look at some individual stats here in the first half. And Mingus has some really good stats and some interesting stats where there are things ironically missing. So I wonder if those things start to play a role in half number 2. We'll come back and take a look at it here when we return to Payson High School after this.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
For 30 years, Roxu Screen Printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu Screen Printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
High School, home of the Longhorns. The Mingus Marauders leading here at halftime 13-7 by the narrowest of margins. And it almost wasn't a margin right there at the end of the first half. As, really interesting how Payson took those timeouts to try to preserve as much of the final 2 minutes and then able to drive from their own 35-yard line down to the 8 and had a shot at tying this up or taking the lead here at halftime.
I really like that decision by the Longhorns coaching staff. We were kind of questioning it up here, and it worked out well for them. They did a great job executing. Waterman handled that offense all the way down and gave them a great chance to score. The Marauders, with the blood pressure medication going, keep them out of the end zone and keep the lead.
I know. All right, so Durkalek throwing the ball has only thrown the ball 4 times. The first one was an interception, only completed 1 for 9 yards. He's done most of the damage with his legs, though. He's got 8 carries for 76 yards and both of the Mingus Marauder touchdowns. Senna only has 1 carry for 2 yards, 9 carries, 63 yards for Bruland, who has had... he's been the workhorse out of the backfield as Makai Arenado hasn't really been a factor. He's carried the ball 4 times for 2 yards, 1 for loss. So Payson has tried to take Arenado out of this offense, and that's one of those things that are glaringly different and obviously missing that you'd like to have back for the second half.
Yeah, and that's kind of the deceiving stats, right? You were talking about before the break. That's really Mikhail Arenado was our kind of hammer right up the middle, kind of. We saw him go straight up the gut a few times last week. That was successful. So, I mean, kudos to Payson, right? They obviously studied some of that game film, but then Coach Montebias and the Marauders were ready for that. Bruland has found some great success, already over 60 yards. They've been able to do the pitch play down there, and Bruland's done a great job of cutting that back in and finding some green.
Yes, and he's been the workhorse. Now, last week Arenado had over 100 yards in the game, 146 yards on 10 carries, which was absolutely fantastic. He could do whatever he wanted to do. This game, not so much. Now, Dexter Waterman, quarterback for the Payson Longhorns, is 4 for 12 in the first half, 4 for 12. Not phenomenal, but 66 yards and 1 touchdown, so he hasn't given the ball up. So no takeaways by the secondary for the Mingus Marauders out there. On the ground, the leading rusher has been Caleb Marinelli, who's got 7 carries for 57 yards. His first carry for 33 yards was his biggest. Waterman has 2 carries for 11 yards, and got to imagine we'll probably see him running the ball a little bit more in the second half. That's just what my gut's telling me. And Ormond, who's been going up the gut, having the middle duties, he's had as much success, if you will, as Arenado has in this game. He's got 6 carries and 8 yards. So Mingus has taken him out of the mix. Now, the one thing that seems to be missing defensively here for the Mingus Marauders is sacks. We really haven't gotten to Waterman, and the one time we did, unfortunately, cost us 15 yards and stopped the clock with a penalty.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be a bigger offensive line down there in Payson than we saw the first week. For Maryville, this is a much larger offensive line. We've seen the defensive line penetrate a few times. Nick Choate's had some great plays where he's not getting moved off that line of scrimmage, but you're right, we're not finding Waterman in the backfield. A few times we've made him scramble. That's good. So the line of scrimmage for the Marauders may have a hand in these incompletions that we see from Waterman. But yeah, you're right. We got to get a sack. That's got to be the goal defensively for the Marauders on the second half here.
By the way, that is a dome behind us. If you're watching Verde Valley TV, that is not the moon. We're not that close to being in space. We're going to take a break here in the Longfellow Excavating halftime report. We'll talk about second half and what each team needs to do differently here in the second half and what we expect when we return to Payson High School after this.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Back here at Payson High School, home of the Longhorns. The Mingus Marauders on top here at halftime, 13-7. Less than a minute to go. Probably closer to 3 minutes left to go here in our halftime report, brought to you by Longfellow Excavating, licensed, bonded, and insured. Family owned and operated with decades of experience. And of course, Josh Longfellow, the former Mingus Marauder, known as the wrecking ball in the backfield for the Marauders. You can call for a free quote, 928-300-3792. So, second half adjustments. First of all, if you're Payson, what do you do in the second half? What is your plan in the second half?
Well, if I'm the Longhorns, I'm going to put the ball up in the air more because they've, I know in the beginning Waterman had quite a few incompletions, but out of the last 7 throws, 4 of them are receptions. No interceptions, right? So I would be putting the ball up in the air a little bit more. We've got a secondary that had to make some adjustments at halftime for sure. So if I'm the Longhorns, I'm going to try to attack that secondary for the Marauders.
Well, so you're talking about throwing the ball until you can make the run game work. They've got 66 yards throwing the ball, 1 touchdown, 76 yards on the ground rushing the ball, and that would be on 15 carries. So they've thrown the ball 12 times and run the ball 15 times. So now if you're the Mingus Marauders, obviously Mingus has got to continue to score here because it looks like Payson will be able to figure something out and will probably find the end zone at least one more time during this game. So Mingus is going to have to do the same. What do you do if you're Mingus?
Boy, I might blitz it up a little bit, right? Try to keep the offense on their toes. You would think if you're the Marauders, you'd think that they're going to come out passing a little bit more, only because they found some success passing at the end of the half. So maybe do some line stunts. And I love those defensive line stunts where you kind of crisscross guys and mix up the offense a little bit like that. Again, just stay back. We've seen great coverage from our cornerbacks. We know that they're going to put the ball up in the air, right? We're thinking that they're down by a touchdown right now. They need to they need to put the ball up. So if you're the Marauders cornerbacks, just play smart. We played great the whole game so far. We've seen great coverage. Their touchdown catch, like you said during the halftime show, was great. It was a phenomenal catch.
Yep.
So you can't even pin that on a DB or a safety or anything. That's a great offensive play. So Marauders just continue playing good defense. They only let Payson score 7 points that first half.
Right. In fact, they've given up 7 points in 6 quarters. I mean, it's hard to say something negative about that. Now, offensively, Mingus obviously wants to continue to run the ball. They've got 143 rushing yards here in the first half. Only 9 throwing yards. Have only passed the ball for 9 yards. 22 carries. Now, offensively for the Mingus Marauders, do you think about possibly throwing the ball a little bit more?
Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I really love the counter plays that we're running. I love these little reverses. The wing T provides such deception for offense, and it's worked for Brulin tonight. We've seen him on the counter a couple times. It's worked well. That pitch to the outside has worked as well. So you're right, Jackie. I mean, maybe put the ball up in the air, right? Because you want to keep the defense on their heels. We've seen the Marauders draw the Longhorns off sides already once. So I like the way they're playing offensively. Just like you said, Payson, you would think, is going to find that end zone a couple more times. If not a couple, at least one more time. So if you're the Marauders, you've got to continue to get points.
Well, so that'll be interesting, whether or not the Mingus Marauders choose to throw the ball to open up their run game, and whether or not Payson continues to throw the ball to open up their run game as well. Right. So it'll be interesting. Mingus will get the ball first here in the second half as they won the toss and got to defer. So Mingus's offense will get the first chance here of the second half here at Payson. 13-7 our score so far for the Mingus Marauders. Would love to know what's going on with some other scores here for the teams that we play during the course of this season. In fact, right now, Maryvale hosts 3A Chino Valley. Independence, who lost to Moon Valley last week 38-3, is home against 3-0 Shadow Mountain, who is 3A. Washington has their home opener against 2-1 Bourgade, who is also a 3A school. Payson ready to kick off. Mingus 2 men deep. Brulin, the far one. Looks like Contreras the other, and it's going to bounce and get by Contreras and into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback. Mingus will start it off at the 20-yard line. Glad that Contreras didn't get a piece of that. Deer Valley lost last week 49-7 to Barry Goldwater, and they're on the road at 1-0 Buckeye. Bradshaw starts the season here tonight at Micah Mountain down in the Tucson area, part of the 4A Keno division. Coconino hosts 3A Blue Ridge, who's 1-1. Flagstaff lost 53-20 to 5A Camelback, and they're on the road to 3A Winslow. So the Mingus Marauders set up in a spread formation to come out. Durkalek takes the snap, looks to throws, has the man downfield, throws into coverage, intended for Jones, and thrown a little bit short. The safety coming over to clear things up, and that's Gabriel Hildendorf. So Mingus comes out second half throwing the ball, just like we had kind of discussed here at halftime.
I like it. The shotgun snap formation. Nothing like telling the defense, hey, we're going to come at you through the air.
Shotgun once again. Spread formation. One back in the backfield. Durkalek looking to take the snap. Takes the snap, looks to throws quickly, near side, Brulin. Brulin trying the screen, is able to shimmy his way forward for maybe 5, and that's functional.
Yep, most certainly is. And, gosh, you like to see the Marauders passing game coming out. First couple plays, Marauders line up in shotgun. Absolutely love that. As a center, I used to love that shotgun snap.
Is it hard to do the shotgun snap?
Not after a lot of repetition.
Ah, got it. Okay.
You gotta just sit at home and throw bags of chips to your brother on the couch.
Got
That's
it.
the trick.
Officially 4 yards, so 3rd and 6 now for the Mingus Marauders. Back to a wing T. Durkalek back over center. Machado is in motion. Quarterback keeps it and finds a little bit of room forward, and he'll fall forward to about the 25-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Mingus Marauders. 11 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and you see the punt team come out for the Marauders. No reason to risk it yet. It's been a battle of field position, and boy, Jackie, I know the Marauders are winning 13-7, but I'd almost go as far as to say Payson won the field position battle that first half. They were in Marauder territory almost the whole time.
Certainly so, and Mingus's defense stood up, which was fantastic. Durkalek back for the Marauders to punt. Brulin's going to come back and play the safety position. Payson's got 10 on the line of scrimmage. And there's the snap, and we're going to blow the whistle, and we're going to have a delay a game against the Mingus Marauders. That is the 8th penalty against the Mingus Marauders. It's cost them 60 yards. That's going to bring the ball back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. Punt returner is on the Mingus Marauders side of the field, so Payson is anticipating excellent field position. Durkalek, the punter. Back for the Mingus Marauders. Good snap. Gets the punt off, and it's a great punt. It's going to go over his head and roll. Roll, baby, roll. And it's going to be picked up at about the 30-yard line and then taken down right at about the 32-yard line. That is a phenomenal punt for the Mingus Marauders, as that ends up going over 50 yards, 57-yard punt. If you include the roll, that's phenomenal.
That's a collegiate-style punt right there, Jackie. That's the quarterback out there doing it, too.
Well, it helped that Payson anticipated that it was going to be a short punt. And so Durkalek got to get a little bit more of a line drive into it and got it over his head and able to get the roll for another 20 yards or so. So here come the Longhorns. One receiver both sides as they go to an I formation. And quarterback will give the ball off, hand it off. Quickly cut down. Looks like Latham is out there and Arnado with a very quick tackle, but still 2 yards going forward for Marinelli.
Yeah, that's also Jones barreling in there, getting in the backfield for the Longhorns. He, I think, had the first hand. So great job by the Marauders defensively, keeping it short.
9.5 minutes left to go. Third quarter action. Mingus hanging on to a 13-7 lead. Payson with the ball. Mingus switches their defense around. Quarterback Waterman under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to the first man through, and Arnand with the quick header gets out toward the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him down at about the 28-yard line. That's going to make it third and manageable. Third and about 4.
A huge third down here, Jackie. This is boy, a lot of gut checks out there for the Marauders. They got to stand tall. Big third down.
2 receivers, I formation once again for Payson. They take the snap and they hand it off to the second back, who gets clipped in the backfield, and I think that's Jones for a tackle for loss, and they're going to lose. Marinelli's going to lose 1, and it's going to be now 4th and 5, and we'll see how much Payson might want to gamble here. Do you go for it, or do you have to punt?
Boy, I think you play it safe and you punt it here, Jackie. It's a real close game, and it's going to be a battle of field position. I don't think there's any reason to risk it right now. I think you punt it and play it safe.
Always looking for a possible fake, and they are going to kick it. Mingus got back there, short punt, stay away from it, fire, and it is going to take a Marauder bounce toward the sideline at the 41-yard line and touch dead there. Mingus is going to have decent field position.
Yeah, and what a couple 3-and-outs to open up the half. Obviously, defensively, the adjustments at halftime worked. Right? Both teams stopping each other. So let's see what Coach Montebias has for our Marauders offense.
Not that the clock is a factor at this point, but just under 8 minutes left to go. And when you've got a slight lead in a defensive battle, having the lead is the superior place to be. Shotgun for the Mingus Marauders. Spread formation once again for Durkalek. Looking to take the snap. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Throws the ball up. He's got a man. He's got Bruling down there. And just off of his fingertips. He split the defense and he had it. Oh my goodness gracious. Just unable to corral it in. But that play would have worked.
Oh, such a nice try by Durkalek and Bruland out there. Bruland wants that one back. It just grazed through his fingertips. Maybe just a hair too far, but looked like really good touch there by Durkalek and the Marauders. Trying to go through the air, Jackie, and it didn't work that time.
Spread formation once again. 2 to the near side. There's the snap. Durkalek looks to throw. Throws downfield. Throws that one a little bit high over Contreras. Contreras didn't have a chance on that one. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Mingus Marauders at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, Contreras is looking back at Brazen. He's like, dude, I'm not 6'8". Lower that thing a little bit.
Well, it was there. He had an inside slant, and it was there. It was well covered, don't get me wrong, but it was there. Machado to the top side. Mingus in a pass formation once again. There's the snap. Durkalek is back. He's got some room to run up the middle, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage as he tucked and ran that one. And Durkalek is slow getting back up, and that is also your punter.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. He's got a little bit of a limp. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
And a timeout on the field, and it's going to be an official timeout as they're trying to get Durkalek off the field. And Durkalek's trying to stay on the field because obviously he's the punter. But the question is whether or not the referees are going to force him to go off the field. And then who do you put back as a punter? Because your backup punter is not on the field anymore. Backup punter was Camacho.
Interesting. So I wonder, can you call a timeout here, Jackie, and then can he stay on the field? Or it looks like they're not going to go
I think he's got to be off for a play, and it looks like Leckington is going to go back to punt the ball, and hopefully Durkalek is going to be okay. It looks like he took a shoulder pad right into the leg muscle. Leckington back to make the punt. Payson looks like they're coming, trying to get it, and it is blocked. It is partially blocked, and it is knocked down. And Payson is going to cover it, although it looks like Mingus. Mingus says that they recovered the ball. And they're going to give it to Mingus, and Leckington comes out of the pile with the ball. He punts the ball. It's partially blocked, and then he gets the ball back. He's saying that he's got the ball.
Now they're signaling Longhorns ball.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, that's going to be interesting. It'll end up going as a blocked punt against the Mingus Marauders. And Longhorns will have the ball. Leckington came out of the pile with the ball. Line of scrimmage is going to be the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, 6:41 left to go. Third quarter action. 3 receivers to the near side. Waterman looking to throw, throws, and does not connect with his man over the middle of the field. Almost looked like Mingus was playing a zone on that one. 6:37 left to go, 2nd and 10.
And something that I really like what Waterman does, Jackie, is he scrambles and throws the ball real fast. So I know we talked about the Marauders not having a sack yet tonight, and boy, Waterman does such a good job of getting rid of that ball.
Just to let you know, Durkalek is running back and forth on the sideline and looks good. Waterman takes the snap, rolling to the near side, almost gets hit and throws the ball. It's a completion out there to number 2 as Jones will make the tackle. It's going to be Madrid on the reception, and the reception may only go for 1 yard or so. However, we're going to get a delay of game against Payson, so they're going to get the play back, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That is only the 2nd penalty against Payson here.
And you wonder...
nope, sorry, I'm wrong. That is a hold. I apologize.
The reason maybe just a couple penalties for Payson, Jack. We talked pregame. This is Payson's 4th game.
So that's going to end up being a 12-yard penalty against Payson. So that brings up 2nd and about 23. Quarterback takes the snap and will get hit and sacked. There's the sack we were looking for. There's Jones coming through. Waterman had nowhere to go.
Boy, there's the blitz we were talking about during the halftime show, Jackie. Ethan Jones, get yourself some Gatorade. What a sack. You can see the replay here. Obvious blitz. Ethan Jones just kind of sits back and then rushes that line of scrimmage at the snap. It's a phenomenal defensive play.
6 yards on the sack out there for Jones. That'll be his first sack of the game, 3rd of the season. And Payson takes the snap, looking, and he has to throw it away as the pressure was coming from Glassman and Lathan. And then we have a late flag from the side judge out here and the back judge.
I mean, you'd think one of those flags, Jackie, will be intentional grounding.
It did not get to the line of scrimmage. I'm just wondering whether or not they are waving off the flag. They're waving off the flag, which is going to bring up 4th down. So whether or not, maybe they were trying to figure out whether there was a receiver in the area, and there was. So I will give them that. So they're going to set back for a punt. Machado's going to go back for the punt, number 7, for the Mingus Marauders. Payson takes the snap, looking to make the kick. They do. And it is fieldable. Machado fields it and then gets hit immediately. Good special team coverage out there by the Longhorns.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we're getting to see some really good punt special teams from both teams tonight. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's only a 13-7 ball game. Lots of punts. Good coverage on that.
Machado will get the return, but doesn't get anywhere with it. The line of scrimmage will be the Mingus Marauder 19-yard line, 5:40 left to go. Mingus leading the Payson Longhorns on the road here, 13-7. Spread formation once again for the Mingus Marauders. Durkalek in shotgun, takes the snap, and he's looking to run. Runs to the outside, throws the ball downfield, and intended for Jones. There's a flag in the backfield. I saw a gigantic pancake, and I wonder if that's going to end up going against the Marauders for a hold.
Yeah, that's exactly the signal, Jackie. It's going to be a hold on the Marauders. That's really going to back them up.
9 penalties for the Marauders. And it is going to be pretty much at the line of scrimmage. So they're going to make the new line of scrimmage the 8-yard line. So it's going to be 11 yards on the hold. 71 yards of penalties for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus goes to a wing. Contreras, the only receiver on the near side, man in motion, and they are going to hand the ball off. Brulin finds a little bit of running room, but closes down quickly. He'll get 2 out of that, and that's going to bring up second and, well, about 19.
Yeah, and that was one of those little counter plays there that was real successful in the first half for the Marauders. And Payson does a good job of adjusting there.
Approaching 5 minutes left to go. Mingus with the ball and the lead, 13-7. Contreras brings the play in. Penalties have been really racking up against the Mingus Marauders. 9 so far. Mingus goes to a spread formation. Durkalek in shotgun, trying to get the play off. Taking his time. There's the snap. Low snap. He's going to run it. Has some room on the far side. He'll gain some room and will get close to the first down, but a flag comes in deep back in the backfield, and that looks like it's going to be another penalty against the Mingus Marauders.
Yikes. Lots of penalties, and I was just going to throw a comment in there too, Jackie, about maybe the Marauders didn't learn their lesson from the up-downs last week, and boy, more penalty yards getting added to it tonight.
Well, that's going to be it appears to be another hold against the Mingus Marauders. That's going to make the new line of scrimmage just inside the 5-yard line. They got to get up to the 28-yard line for a first down. It also stops, the clock is still running at 4:30. So second and 24 yards. As that ends up being about a 6-yard penalty for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus in shotgun. Durkalek takes it. Oh! And that should be a penalty as he throws the ball and gets it to Arenado. And where's the flag for the face mask out there? Where is the flag for the face mask?
I'll say that was a blatant face mask. Almost took Durkalek's head off.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that they missed that one.
That's wild right there. Durkalek's head literally almost came off. You can see the replay there.
That is not only really strange that was not called, but that is very dangerous that was not called.
Yes, yep.
So 3-yard reception goes out to Arenado off of a pitch. He threw the ball left-handed or almost, and Mingus will run the ball up the middle and to get back to about the 10-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down, so 2 more yards as looks like,
I mean, that's extracurricular stuff right there as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, you got not quite sure. Yeah.
You can hear the Mingus crowd not happy with what the Mingus crowd feels is to be a little bit of a one-sided kind of situation out here. So Mingus will set up to punt.
Ooh, you can see it on your replay there. The Longhorn definitely gives them an extra after the hit.
And there's the punt for the Mingus Marauders. It's going to shank to the right-hand side, and it will die. It'll go out of bounds somewhere inside the 25-yard line. So Payson will have phenomenal field position with 2:42 left to go here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they've had great field position all night long. They've done a great job winning that battle, and it's kind of dangerous to say this is going to be their best starting spot of the night so far.
Oh, it is. I am so surprised that face mask wasn't called, because that would have been an automatic first down with the personal foul.
One can only wonder, Jackie, because that was fairly blatant.
All right, so Mingus is set up defensively. The ball at the 26-yard line. Waterman takes the pass and will throw it out to the near side. Quickly brought down is Madrid, and the pass is good, and it'll actually go for no yardage out there, as the ball will sit at the 21-yard line. So no gain. Completed pass, but no gain.
Hey, Ethan Jones, great job of being there, ready for the tackle. Boy, I'll say Marauders playing really, really well defensively, trying to keep Payson out in all these close spots.
Shotgun formation. Waterman takes the pass. He'll throw it to the far side and trying to make a man miss, and the ball is on the turf. Did they call him down or not? All right, so number 24 makes the catch out there, and that's Hildendorf, and it is going to go only for about 3 yards. They threw it out to him real quickly. His second reception of the game, by the way. Machado does a great job covering that one very quickly, though, and making sure it doesn't go for anything big. And there is going to be a run up the middle, and Jones got the bottom side, Choke got the top, and Marinelli took a lot of beating for one. It'll be 4th down, but I got to imagine it's got to be 4th down territory now as the ball sits just outside the 16-yard line.
And you wonder if they line up for a field goal. And Jackie, it looks like they may be going for this here. They can, if with a field goal, they could make it 10-13.
Well, Waterman is your holder, which also plays a major role there. And we have a false start. At least the side judge is calling a false start. Yep, that'll be a false start. I don't know who moved. I didn't see the move. But that's going to be the 3rd penalty against the Longhorns. And that's going to bring it back to what works out to be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Waterman is the holder. And there's the snap. The snap is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A 39-yard field goal out there for the Payson squad. How about that? With 34.3 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. It is now 13-10. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Number 33, Braden Tenney. Well, he deserves his name on radio and television. A 39-yard field goal for the Payson Longhorns, bringing this to a 13-10 game. And the Mingus Marauders are going to get the ball back here just at the end of quarter number 3. There's the kick. It comes to Contreras' side. He'll take the ball right at about the 10-yard line. He's going to try the other side. He'll cut back in and get close to the 20 and taken down, group tackled out there by the Payson Longhorns.
Yep, good coverage there by Payson. Contreras looked like he was trying to find an open seam and just couldn't. And you're so right, Jack. You got to give a shout out to Braden Tenney. What a senior kicker for Payson, making this game real interesting. 13-10. What a field goal that was.
Well, the Marauders are in a battle. We knew they would be, as this would be a definite good game. This is number 10 in 3A against 4A Mingus Marauders. Mingus goes to a spread formation. Durkalek has Arnaudo in the backfield here with him, looking to take the snap. Takes his time. There's the snap. looking to throw, throws the ball, throws it short, far side, and skirming up the sideline, and then knocked out of bounds and runs into the Payson players who do not give way.
He was just hit by a Payson player on the sidelines. Lightly, granted. Interesting.
You're supposed to get out of the way of the player that's going out of bounds. Instead, they held their ground. That's interesting. 13 yards to Brulin, by the way. And that is the third completion for Dirkelek here in the second half. And it moves the chains for the Mingus Marauders. First down here of the second half. Second reception by Brulin here in the second half. 3 receivers to the near side. Dirkelek takes the snap, looks to throw, could run, trying to find a way to go, and will run and gets thrown back. That'll be a loss of about 3 on the play, and that might eat up the rest of the third quarter here as we're down to under 8 seconds, and Mingus is in no hurry getting back to the line. So at the end of 3 quarters, the Mingus Marauders, they are nursing a lead 13-10 over the Payson Longhorns. We'll return for quarter number 4 in the 4:48 after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.com.
Back here, 2nd and 13. Mingus Marauders take the snap and goes to the second back, who basically gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 13. And I think that was Brulin with the run, yes?
Yeah, Brulin not finding any room on that defensive front. It looks like we got a Marauder down here. Hopefully he's going to hop back up.
And that's going to be Contreras. And Contreras is limping, and that's going to be a timeout on the field as they help him out. And that's so losing Contreras and losing Camacho in the same game would not necessarily be a good thing. So Contreras coming back over. Hopefully he's going to be able to loosen himself up and get back in this one. Leckington comes in his place out there. 11:40 left to go, 4:48. 3rd and 13 now, as the ball is just barely inside of the Mingus Marauder 20-yard line. Mingus back in shotgun. Dirkelek looking to take the snap. Takes the snap, and he's going to run. He's got some room on the near side. Gets around one man, and his legs are taken out, but he does have a good gain. He'll get out to the 27-yard line, and that will make it. And Dirkelek gets up angry. A
lot of extracurricular there.
And it's number 24 that he's arguing with, and that's Gabriel Hilgendorf, the safety. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6, so he got 7 of it back.
I'll say this, Jackie. Payson's got to feel very fortunate in that, in some of these extracurricular plays, they're not getting that flag.
No doubt.
Really helped the Marauders out, but Marauders cut that 4th down to 4th and short, but you'd think we'd be putting it right now.
You would certainly think so, as the ball is at the 37-yard line. Mingus lines up to go for it with 4th and 6, and they hand the ball up the middle, and it will get stopped immediately. So Mingus not very happy with their punt game, try to go for it, and Arnado gets one, and that turns the ball over, and that's going to put the Payson squad in phenomenal field position at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, boy, and I'll say the Longhorns have done a great job all night of shutting down Makai Arnado for the Marauders, who had 100 yards rushing in just the first half last week in the season opener.
And here come the Payson squad. 15 attempts in the air, 69 yards. Back to the shotgun goes Waterman. 3 receivers to the far side. Throws up underneath. Mingus looking to come up and get to it as he's able to juke past 1 or 2 potential would-be tacklers, and a short gain of about 4 yards out there. And it looks like, I think that went to number 2 on the far side. I think that's Madrid with his second reception here of the second half. This one for 4 yards.
And great job by the Marauders defensive backs out there to make a tackle. Wide receiver made a real good shifty move. Marauders able to hang on.
Next one is a run, and inside Marinelli gets hit from behind, but close to a first down. Senna in on the tackle for the Mingus Marauders, and that's going to bring up a third and manageable 3rd and 1. And the ball will set at the Mingus Marauder 28-yard line.
When you got to imagine, going to stack that line of scrimmage there. Try to bounce the Longhorns outside.
Or you go for it, because this is definitely 4-down territory. At the 28-yard line. Don't forget, Payson just completed a 39-yard field goal out here, which is pretty spectacular for high school. Waterman takes the snap, and they hand it off. Orman will barrel forward and get the first down. That should move the chains, as he needed one and got one.
Yeah, well drawn up play by the Longhorns. You're right, Jackie. You need 1 yard, you get 1 yard. And boy, they're really making the Marauders defense work tonight, huh? They have been in the Marauders territory all night long.
Oh, yeah, definitely. In the Mingus Marauders sandbox, well, it's actually all of their sandbox. As Payson is home. 3 receivers to the top. Ornand in the backfield with Waterman. Shotgun situation, takes the snap, looking to throw, throws it up, downfield, and it is incomplete. Headed toward the corner on the coverage is going to be Machado. And as I had kind of figured, they would go for it all, and they tried it. 8:28 left to go, quarter number 4, 13-10. Payson just outside of the red zone at the 28-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and just a great job by Machado on that last defensive play there. He does a wonderful job staying with his wide receiver. Well, he was right on top of him the entire time he ran his route.
Both of these squads not very big. Both of these squads pretty much going both ways. And so it certainly comes into an endurance factor at this point. 2 receivers either side, normal spread. Quarterback goes to take the snap, and the whistles will blow it dead as we have another delay of game penalty against Payson. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 now and move the ball back over the 30-yard line out to the 32. 4 penalties against the Payson Longhorns for 27 yards. The Mingus Marauders here have certainly won that battle, as the Mingus Marauders have 77 yards of penalties, 10 penalties total. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Steps up, throws, has, in and out of the hand of the intended receiver. He skied and put his body into jeopardy for that one. And I think that's number 24. I think that's Hildendorf, who went up for that one. Man, he was hanging onto the rim there for a moment, wasn't he?
What a try. That's such a good try by Hilgendorf, and he almost came down with it. You're right, Jackie. That was a vertical no one saw coming out here.
3rd and 15, and I'll tell you, man, that is scary when your ribs are exposed like that over the middle. Spread formation. Waterman looking to take the snap. There's the snap. High snap. It's over his head. He picks it up, trying to do something with it, and he is tackled. tackled indeed. Jones gets the sack deep near the 50-yard line at the 49-yard line, and they throw the penalty for intentional grounding to go on top of it, but they're going to wave it off and take the sack. How about that?
Yeah, love that. Great pressure there. Ethan Jones was just waiting for a too high snap there. You see Machado getting up a little bit slow after that one. He was staying with his wide receiver down the sidelines, and looks like he might just be cramping up.
I need the salt packets. That is going to bring up a 4th down, and they mark it at the, they should have marked, they're going to mark it back to the 48-yard line, which is going to make it a 20-yard sack. Jones gets his 2nd sack, and we're going to blow a whistle, and they're going to make Machado go off the field. He was back for the punt, but he's limping, and so Brulin's going to come out to take the punt for him. 2 sacks for Jones. He's got 4 on the year. How about that?
Yeah, he's been a defensive beast and offensive beast for that matter. He's having quite the year so far. Looks like we might have gotten a timeout by...
Well, no, now he wants an explanation. Oh. So Mr. Copeland, Chuck Copeland's going to go over and give an explanation. Mr. Copeland has been on both sidelines doing a lot of explaining today. It reminds me of a I Love Lucy episode. You got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, both the coaches are out on the field quite a bit tonight.
And curiously so, I believe reasonably so. 8:10 left to go in the game. Mingus hoping to get the ball back. Brulin is back. Payson looking to punt the ball from their own 48-yard line. Good snap. The punt is up. It is high. And Brulin's going to let it go. It's going to take a bounce. It's going to take a great bounce for Payson. And it'll go inside the 10-yard line down to the 9-yard line. Mingus has got a 91-yard field to go with 8 minutes left to go. Now, a scoring drive here could be crucial for the Mingus Marauders. To make this a 2-score game at this point in the game would be phenomenal.
Oh, no doubt, Jackie. And not only that, but you're going to eat some of this clock, right? So if you plan to go down and get some points right now, unless you're going to get it in a big chunk play, you got a great opportunity to take this clock down from 8 minutes to something where you can look forward to walking away with a win here.
Well, this is where Mingus would love to run the ball, run the clock, win the game. However, the running game has been stuttered here in the second half. A pitch to the outside. Brulin trying to get around the corner and is going to be unable to do so. And he's going to be tackled pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he lost a few inches, but the quick pitch to the outside, and Payson has started to sniff that one out, and they've got a pretty quick defense.
Yeah, and that's a great adjustments out of halftime from Payson. They really haven't let Brulin get on the outside with that pitch the second half.
Officially, he's going to lose one, making it 2nd and 11. 7.5 minutes, under 7.5 minutes left to go. Dixon comes back out to talk to the Mingus Marauders, the coaching staff. And we're going to get a timeout on the field. So Mingus will take a timeout. We're going to take a quick break with them. We will return to Payson High School after this.
For 30 years, Roxu Screen Printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu Screen Printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Back here at Payson High School, the Mingus Marauders 2nd and 11 from their own 8-yard line. 7:16 left to go in the second game of the season. Mingus nursing a 13-10 lead. Mingus 2 touchdowns. One in the first quarter plus, no extra point, and then one in the second quarter plus the extra point. Second quarter, a touchdown and extra point from the Payson Longhorns. And in the third quarter, a 39-yard field goal. Durkalek under center, looking to take the snap, takes the snap, rolls to the outside, cuts back inside, able to make a move, able to get almost back outside once again, gets past the 10-yard line, out to about the 14-yard line. A good gain, but it's going to bring up a precarious third down as we move under 7 minutes left to go. He'll get 6, but needed 11.
You know, and even though he didn't get there, Jackie, Dirkleck's really showing himself to be a dual threat. I mean, he's put the ball in a couple good spots tonight. Doesn't have the best stats through the air, but we've seen a couple real nice balls downfield, and then that agility that he shows right there, able to get up the field, make something positive.
Contreras comes back in the game for the Mingus Marauders. Wing formation, Dixon in motion, and they are going to keep the ball in the backfield. And it looks like, is it Dirkleck that Dirkleck gets sacked deep back past the original line of scrimmage. Now it's 4th and 11, and Mingus is at their own 7-yard line, and the last time they went for it because they didn't try to punt the ball. So now you got to wonder whether or not Mingus is going to go ahead and try to punt this ball. Looks like they're going to. Dirkleck is back in his own end zone to punt the ball. One man back, high snap. Dirkleck gets the snap off. It is returnable at about the 44-yard line, coming to the near side and being taken down immediately by Dixon, but still inside the 30-yard line. And Payson, with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left, has the ball at the Mingus Marauder 29-yard line. Does Mingus's defense have enough oomph left to save this game so far?
Here's your test right here. This is going to be the Marauders' test. Just over 5 minutes left. Gotta stop Payson here. Can't even let him in field goal range, which is almost a first down. If Payson get a first down here, essentially that's field goal range for Tenney.
Certainly was, with a 39-yard field goal in quarter number 3. Payson comes out to a I formation. Waterman over center. Looks to take the snap, trying to get Mingus to jump, and they will hand it off right up the middle. It's going to be a pitch to the outside, and Mingus is able to capture it. They fake the handoff up the middle and actually got me on that one.
Yeah, it was a really good fake, and then Waterman takes that to the outside.
Marinelli on the pitch gains 8.
A beautiful pitch there, and looks like one of the Longhorns is stretching out right now. He's a backup.
High formation once again. Waterman looking to take the snap. Takes the snap, second back through is Marinelli. Marinelli with a first down, and they're pushing the pile. And it is going to be a first down inside the 15-yard line, maybe right at the 15-yard line. Needed 2 and picked up, looks like 6.
Boy, and gut check time for defense, Jackie. Can't let him get any closer already. Well within Tenney's range for a field goal, and it's only a 3-point game.
Tenney also missed one earlier, so we got to throw that out there. He is 1 for 2. One receiver, both sides, I formation. It looks like Payson is content to try to run the ball down the Mingus Marauders' throat as Marinelli jumps to the outside, is corralled and thrown out of bounds, but after a good gain of about 5, and that'll bring the ball down to approximately the 10-yard line, maybe the 9.
Looks like Isaiah Lathan might be cramping out there. He's getting a stretch, and he's fine. He's back up, headed to the defensive line.
They officially give him 6 yards, 2nd and 4 now, inside the Mingus Marauder 10-yard line, down to the 8. Quarterback takes the snap. Marinelli dive to the right-hand side. Good push by the offensive line, and that is going to be close to a first down. Inside of the 5, it is going to be a first down inside the 5-yard line at the 3. First and goal from the 3. Marinelli will get, slammed to the ground with a little bit of passion out there by the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, great job. I think that was going to be Latham on the tackle.
Latham gets the tackle, no gain, but they're going to be right back up to it, and they're going fast. There's the snap. Mingus is able to stop it at the goal line. No sign. The far sign. Far judge says touchdown. And was that Marinelli running the ball?
Marinelli, and he didn't need much, Jackie. Just a couple feet, and he got it. That offensive line for the Longhorns able to push him through.
Well, that'll be the touchdown. That makes it 16-13 in favor of the Longhorns. The extra point here is important. A good extra point means that if Tenney makes this one, Mingus has got to score a touchdown. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 17-13, 3:19 left to go on the clock. Mingus is going to get the ball back and have to dig deep. We'll return after this.
For 30 years, Roxu Screen Printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu Screen Printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Back here at Payson High School, 17-13 your score. The Mingus Marauders trailing for the first time in this game, and the announcer on the other side of the field is probably going to lose his voice for the weekend. He's been screaming nonstop.
What a game we have.
Tenney's going to kick off. Mingus needs a good return here. And it is going to kick deep, and now somebody throws a flag. How about that? It's going to be a 5-yard offsides. So that'll help Mingus with another 5 yards.
And I guess we'll take any 5 yards at this point. Just over 3 minutes left. The Marauders, for all intents and purposes, have one more chance.
This is the drive right here.
Yep.
And they may, if they break one, won't necessarily use all the time on the clock. Mingus, I believe, has 2 timeouts left, 3:19 left to go. The ball is now going to be kicked off from the 35-yard line. Mingus is up at the line, still expecting an onside kick here from Payson. You got Brulin and Contreras back deep, pretty much by themselves. Tenney looking to kick off here for the Longhorns. Drops the hand, approaches the ball, and he'll kick it up, and it's going to come down. Contreras with the ball. He'll get it past the 25-yard line, looking for some blocks. Inside he goes, and past the 30, out to the 34-yard line. Decent field position here. 66-yard field for the Mingus Marauders. 3:13 left to go on the clock, and they're down by 4.
Yeah, huge drive here, and as an offensive lineman, you're in that huddle. You got to focus right now. Execution is key. So you don't need all this yards in the first couple plays. You want to take that clock all the way down.
Well, you need first downs. Mingus only has 1 first down here in the second half. And Mingus goes into shotgun. Durkalek looking to throw the ball. Takes the snap. He'll go to the far side, looking to run it, and he'll throw. And it'll be in the direction of Arenado. And you've got the opposite side looking for a intentional grounding call. But Arenado was in the area when he threw it toward him. But that's going to bring up 2nd and 10, 3:07 left to go.
You see Machado coming in from the sidelines there.
It has been a very stingy defense here for Payson here in the second half. They've got 10 men within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Throws the ball up. Has a man, and it is intercepted and dropped. Intended for Machado, and Gildendorf went up to try to catch it at high point and dropped it. However, It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 with 3 minutes left to go.
The Marauders held their breath there. Good job by the offensive line, giving Dirklek some time. And he looked like everything he had into that off his back step.
Yeah, I didn't step into that throw for sure. But Machado was definitely behind the defense. Good closing speed by the Payson safety, though. Spread formation. Once again, as the screamer goes nuts across the field. Dirklek looking to take the snap. He does. Looking to throw. Throws the ball. Has a man. Caught for a first down. Past the 40. Brulin is down to the 35-yard line, and that's the break the Mingus Marauders needed.
Wow, what execution by the offense. Great job by Brulin. Marauders, 3rd down. That is a clutch play. Good call by the coaching staff.
He'll pick up 30 yards on the pass play downfield, and that's exactly what we needed as Brulin got behind the defense. A touchdown, if not a game-saving tackle out there by the Payson safety. There's the snap. Dirklek looking to throw, throws near side and going down for the catch, but falling down is going to be Jones, his first reception of the game. 2:25 left to go. Maybe a 2-yard gain out there.
Yeah, and no rush on getting up to that line of scrimmage here. You want this clock to tick down. It's just over 2 minutes. The Marauders have what a golden chance for just a great win here, Jackie.
This would be a phenomenal comeback win, if you will. 33-yard line of scrimmage, 2nd and 8. Mingus with 3 receivers to the top, 1 back in the backfield with Dirklek. Dirklek looking to take the snap under 2 minutes, and he's going to run. He's got some space up underneath, and he gets down and keeps the legs moving, gets down inside the 20, inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line. That brings up 3rd and 3.
You got the blood pressure medication handy? We're getting down to it.
I pretty much took it all. I'm sorry, man.
That's quite all right.
That was very unnice of me to do that to you, but...
What a game we have here. It's going to come down to the final snaps.
1:15 left to go, 3rd and 3. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's got a first down and will move the chains down to about the 22-yard line. 1:08 left to go. The clock will stop as they move the chains. And this has been the best drive here in the second half. However, there's only 1:03 left to go. Time is starting to run out. Mingus does have a few timeouts, under a minute. 55 seconds. Mingus is in no hurry. 50 seconds left to go. Dirklek looking to take the snap. He's got 2 receivers on the top side. There he takes the snap, looking to throw. Throws downfield. Has a man. Caught for a touchdown. Put a flag on the field. If it stands, it goes to Contreras for a 22-yard touchdown grab. However, we got to look at the flag on the field. Near side at the 22-yard line. An illegal shift against the Mingus Marauders, and the White Hat has taken the points off the board. Are you kidding me?
Wow, an illegal shift.
Oh my gosh.
The potential game-winning score.
That's going to make the line of scrimmage the 28-yard line. The clock stops with 42 seconds.
Wow, and if you're Payson, what a sigh of relief, huh, Jackie? I mean, that penalty, for all intents and purposes, might seal it for them.
Certainly, the Mingus Marauders are going to go ahead and take a timeout here, which I think is a great idea. We're going to keep it here. I think you got to calm down your squad here and make sure that you got everybody in order. We've already lost 1 player this game to an ejection, as we have lost Mario Camacho, which was very telling tale sign here for the Mingus Marauders. So you got to get your composure back here.
Yeah. I mean, as an offensive offensive linemen, this is the time where you just take a couple deep breaths, Jackie. You know you can execute, right? That last play was beautiful. The lineman gave Dirkelek good time. That's what you're talking about in the huddle right now. Let's execute again. We just did it. We can do it again.
Certainly so. And Mingus will have to do it again. Points came off the board. 42 seconds left to go. 1st and 15 from the 28-yard line. And we have a stoppage of play once again.
Timeout Payson this time.
Yep, Payson took a timeout this time. And this is going to be the longest 42 seconds in the history of high school football.
Flagstaff last season,
Ooh.
Jackie, was probably the best call I've had.
Yeah.
Calling it, and wow, how exciting. And this game has got potential to come right back to that.
Well,
that's awesome.
It's been an exciting game. So the Mingus Marauders scored 1st and 2nd, took a 13-0 lead, and then in the second quarter gave up their first touchdown of the season, a tremendous pass play, but it was 13-7 at halftime, and unfortunately it's been 10 unanswered points here in the second half by the Payson Longhorns.
Marauders just got to answer those points one time here.
3 receivers near side, 1 to the top. The top is Contreras. And there's the snap. Quarterback in trouble. Makes a move. Stays on his feet. Throws the ball downfield. And it is caught by the Mingus Marauders. I think it's Brulin who gets out of bounds. And no, they're going to say, wind the clock. Keep it going. No, it was Jones. Jones with the reception as he picks up 13 out there. Clock is continuing to move. And Mingus will
spike it.
17.1 seconds left to go. It'll now be 3rd and 3 from about the 15-yard line, and it all comes down to this.
On that previous play, I thought Ethan did a great job of fighting to try to get out of bounds. Obviously, it didn't work.
Well, not only that, but Dirkelek did a great job because he was in the grasp and able to get out of it and falling down when he threw the ball to his receiver. Second reception for Jones here in the second half, and here we go. 17 seconds left to go. Mingus throws the ball downfield, and it is incomplete, intended for Brulin, and there was nobody there, but 12.1 seconds left to go. It is now 4th and 3 from the 15-yard line. Do you go for the, well, you got to get the first down, but do you throw the ball in the end zone at this point? Do you go for it all? Or do you try to get that first down and get another play in?
You got to ask the wide receivers how that secondary is doing out there. Those are the guys who are going to be able to tell you what's going on, Jackie. And in a situation like this, I almost like trying to throw it to the sidelines quick to get the first down. Give yourself another chance.
And you would think they would defend against that. You got Dixon on the near side as long as Jones. Spread formation. And the rush is on. The pass is over the middle, and it's a short pass intended for Contreras, and a little extra hit at the end from Payson on Dirkelek. And with 8.3 seconds, Payson is going to take over on downs at the 15-yard line.
What an exciting game. For high school football, we knew it was going to come down to this, Jackie. An absolute dogfight of a game.
Contreras was open. And unfortunately, Dirkelek didn't have the time and couldn't step into the throw and didn't get it to him. It fell short about 2 or 3 yards, but the slant down the middle of the field was there. And it looks like Payson should just kneel on the ball and walk away with the victory here at home over the Mingus Marauders, 17-13. A very exciting game here at Payson, home of the Longhorns, as the 3A squad moves, and extracurricular activity on the field still. How about that?
Our head linesman's got to get a little more control on that.
Mr. Copeland, the head linesman, Chuck. Now the team's lining up to congratulate each other on this game. There was way too much extracurricular activity.
Yeah, agreed there, Jackie. And overall, What a heartbreaker to lose for the Marauders, but an absolute great high school football game. We knew it was going to be tough coming in. A good Payson squad and a solid Marauders squad gave us a great game.
Well, as the teams will shake hands out here, we're going to take a break and we're going to go into our Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show here from Payson High School. We'll return after this.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
A come-from-behind victory here for the Payson Longhorns as they defeat the Mingus Marauders 17-13. They actually shut down the scoreboard already, which is kind of surprising. Mingus Marauders led in the first quarter and the first half. 6:22 left to go in the first quarter, and a 2-yard run by Dirkelek set up actually made the first touchdown. No attempt on the extra point as a bad snap kind of forced a 2-point conversion attempt or run by Dirkelek. It was 6-0. Second quarter, 8:49 left to go. A 75-yard breakaway by Dirkelek, and Mingus was in control. The extra point was good by Hernandez. 13-0. That is the last time that Mingus would find the end zone that would count. In the third quarter, a 12-yard pass from Waterman to Ashton with 2:20 left to go in the second quarter, and it was 13-7 at halftime. Third quarter, with just 34 seconds left, a 39-yard field goal by Tenney for Payson, and it was 13-10. And then fourth quarter, 3:19 left to go, a 3-yard dive by Marinelli, and Mingus's defense was just exhausted at that particular point. The extra point by Tenney was good. It was 17-13. Mingus brought back a comeback. Get the ball at the 35-yard line after the kickoff. Complete a long pass to Brulin and to get down to the 35-yard line. Eventually get down to the 15-yard line. Throw the ball in the end zone for the touchdown to Contreras. Called back on an illegal shift. which should have blown the play dead if you're going to do that. But nonetheless, points come off the board, and then Mingus, down to the last seconds, Durkalek gave every ounce of energy he had to try to throw that ball to Contreras. He was open across the middle. It would have been a touchdown had he been able to get the ball to him. And it ends with 8.3 seconds left, and Payson steals the victory.
What a heartbreaker for the Marauders, Jackie. And overall, just an outstanding game. Like you said, Durkalek gave it everything he had there at the end. He did such a good job keeping that last drive alive, squeaking through tackles, staying upright, finding his wide receivers, all the way up until the end, man. He tried so hard, and Marauders got to keep their heads up after this one. It was an absolute dogfight. These are both playoff contending teams. They want to be contending teams. We know Payson will be there, right? And the Marauders are trying to get there too. So you just got to take such a heartbreaking loss like this and use it as fuel, right? These guys are going to hit the practice field next week hard. Okay, they don't want to lose like this. They don't want to look at each other at the end of the game after a loss like this again. It's very tough to do. So Marauders, I know will bounce back strong after this one. Nonetheless, a great football game.
Well, we're going to take a break here in the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show. When we come back, we'll do individual stats, final comments, and thank yous for the game. We'll return to Payson High School after this.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
Mingus Marauders defeated here today 17-13 by the Payson Longhorns, and it came down to the final seconds, the final snaps, and exercise on the scoreboard. It's off because it went forward and backward too many times and too quickly. But that's a different story. Durkalek out here today ends up 7 for 16, 74 yards through one interception in the game. Had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 16 carries, 97 yards. The big one, a 75-yard breakaway for a touchdown. Seth Brulin had 63 yards on 9 carries in the first half. ends the game 12 carries, 64 yards. So they shut him down. Payson shut him down in the second half. Arenado never really got going. He ends up with 6 carries for 5 yards in the game. 1 reception for Contreras for 9 yards, plus the touchdown that came back and didn't count. Ethan Jones had 2 receptions for 15 yards. Bruland ended up, how about this, 33 yards. Ended up with, let's see if I can get this right. He ends up with 47 yards on 3 receptions in the game. For the Payson Longhorns, quarterback Dexter Waterman ends up throwing 1 touchdown in the game. In the first half, he was 4 for 12. In the second half, he was only 2 for 6. How about that? So he ends the game 6 for 18, 73 yards and a touchdown, but no interceptions. On the ground, Marinelli was the workhorse. He ends up with 17 carries, 91 yards, and the last touchdown of the game. The favorite receiver out there for the quarterback ended up being, I think it was Hildendorf, ends up with 2 receptions and 17 yards. But I do want to comment on this. Mingus showed such tremendous poise after finally giving up the lead with under 2 minutes left to go in the game, and made a run of it to try to score and come back in this game. Exhausted as they were, this team showed an awful lot of backbone and a lot of heart.
Yeah, great point. And that's how you have to take such a heartbreaking loss, just like that, Jackie. That was a great way to come back at the end. Found yourself down. Marauders had the lead all night up until 3 minutes left in the game, and they almost regained that lead. So that's a great job by the Marauders to keep their composure. Like you said, they got in there, they executed. Essentially all the way down to the end. But yeah, what a game by the Longhorns. They're going to walk away feeling real good about such a close, good victory against a 4A school in Mingus, who, hey, Mingus looks like it's back in that race for the Grand Canyon region. Tonight hurts a little bit with power points, but I'm sure the Marauders will bounce back after this one.
Well, bouncing back, it'll be bouncing back home next week against Glendale Independence, another Copper Sky opponent for the Mingus Marauders. And do not forget that Payson will have to come and visit Mingus next season in game number 2. So we will see Payson come see Mingus, and Mingus will get to play host for that game. So we'll see how that one goes. So obviously, lots of season left. You know, Mingus ends up 1-1 at this point. I think it was an absolutely huge point that the Payson Longhorns, this is game number 4 for them. I think that's incredible that they're in mid-season stride, so to speak. Mingus is still trying to get out of the gate in game number 2. I think that played a big role for momentum. Until the final drive of the game, Mingus had no ability to run the ball, had no ability to move the ball in the second half, but the defense has been surprisingly stingy.
Yeah, I mean, how about the cornerbacks play tonight? And we lost one of our safeties early on in the game, and still, Leckington hopped in there and played great. These guys didn't really give Payson great reception. Payson's wide receivers made phenomenal catches tonight because the Marauders DBs were on top of them. I thought they did a great job. Defensively, that's a high point. I know you didn't walk away with the win here,
right,
but that's still a high point. You guys played great. The defense, the safeties and DBs, that's how you want to play the game, right? You want to make them get that tight window. That's really tough to get into. So, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more pressure from the defensive line, but hey, the second half, Ethan Jones and Nick Joe, those guys found themselves in the backfield. Ethan was in the backfield a few times. So those guys started to pick it up in the second half. We just needed to score a few more points in that second half. We talked about it during the halftime show. Knew Payson was going to come out and get another touchdown or 2. Turns out they only needed a couple points.
Right, Briggs. Well, 10 unanswered points in the second half, with the exception of Mingus's final drive that came off the board here at the end of the game, and then being able to go back out there and put another play together that just as easily could have won the game with Contreras. However, it was just short. So they say football is a game of inches. that is definitely the case. We are going to miss Camacho next week as he's going to have to sit out a penalty game for being ejected from this game, if I remember all of the AIA rules correctly. And with that, Mingus is going to have to go to the drawing board and try to figure out how they're going to bolster themselves, being a key man down here for game number 3 next week. At least it'll be at home against Glendale Independence, and we are going to invite you to come and join us for that one. We want to thank our producer, Zach Kline, our camera crew here tonight, Sushila Kandola, Brian Phillips, as well as Niko Contreras on camera here this evening. For Nick Yatsinko, I'm Jackie Bessler, wishing you, wherever you might be, a wonderful, fabulous night and weekend.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist. Online at GettlesHDM.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
This has been a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Mingus Marauder Football is brought to you by Jones Ford Verde Valley, Arizona's best since 1970. State Farm Insurance, Jennifer Griffin. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Rock Zoo Screen Printing, where clothing comes to rock. Longfellow Excavating, we dig your ideas. And Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. Your 2022 Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, 3 generations here to serve you. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Gettles High Desert Mechanical, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Don't settle, get Gettles. Your Neighborhood Rice Accounting and Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Sun Country Custom Woodworks, serving all of Northern Arizona with commercial and residential custom cabinets. And Yavapai College. You can, we can, together. Tune in for details on the next Mingus Marauders game on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.